Hello, everybody, and welcome. How's your day today? I just finished up a whole bunch of housework and I'm sitting here relaxing and I'm ready to review Foodie Beauty's newest live stream. And I call it a live stream because there were a bunch of lies. Just Foodie retelling the same old lies over and over again. And why is she doing that? Well, to put it simply, it's because that's what Foodie does. She lies. Chantal lies. Chantal tells on herself. That's just a constant in the Foodieverse. Now, in her newest live stream, or should I say lie stream, she's going on and on about French Fry Girl and she's trying to rewrite history through her lies. And her lies are basically for the benefit of her new VIBs, people that haven't been around for a long time. She's trying to paint a narrative that just isn't true. So if you're someone coming to my channel, maybe you're someone you like Foodie for some reason. Maybe you want to support Foodie for some reason, of which I can't fathom, but that's your choice. If you're someone and you want to know the true history of Foodie Beauty, may I pass along some advice to you? Don't look to Foodie's channel or her content for the truth because you won't find it there. Where you will find it are all the reaction channels and the archive channels because there's a lot of content that is not on Foodie's channel anymore that used to be there. Hundreds and hundreds of live streams and videos that she's dirty deleted because one thing that Foodie likes to do, she likes to come online, she likes to rage, she likes to act outrageously, and then so she won't get in trouble with YouTube, she will quickly delete it. So if somebody reports the stream or the video, YouTube's going to go back to that person and say, well, we don't see it, therefore we can't do anything. So never look to Foodie for the truth because you won't find it on her channel. She only wants to paint a narrative that suits her. And that's the way it's always been, and that's the way it'll always be. If you don't like my channel, there are lots of archive and reaction channels out there. They all have a different style, a different way of presentation. I'm sure there's one that you could find and look through their content, and you'll be very surprised how many live streams and videos that are on their channels that are not on her channel anymore. So going forward, as far as this live stream, she titled it, Do You Want Your Karma Hot or Cold? So let's talk about karma for a minute, Foodie. There's a couple of things. There's karma, and then there's just dealing with the results of your own actions, dealing with your own consequences. Foodie likes to say, I've got good karma. Do you? Do you really have good karma? Because I've been watching you for a while, Foodie. It would seem that you don't have good karma. And if you do, question, how did you get that good karma? What have you done and what have you said that would result in good karma? Because you're not a good person. You don't do nice things for people just to be nice. Anything nice that you did do or you could have done, you only did them for one reason, and that was to have leverage or power over another person. You are that person that if you do something nice for somebody, you'll come to collect later for that supposed goodness. You use your goodness and you hold it over somebody else's head. You've been on YouTube for 5 years and you've done nothing but awful things to people, both in your personal life and also to people that are on YouTube as content creators. So I ask you again, where exactly did you get your good karma? And if you have good karma, why are you so miserable in Kuwait? You're very unhappy, you're very angry all of the time. You tell all of us here, I have a very happy life. I have a husband, I have my cat, I have my hamster, life is going great. My argument back to you, if that's true, is if you're so happy, why do you come on YouTube and you're always so angry? Because in my experience, happy people have no time to be miserable. They're too busy doing things in their life to ever want to be miserable and spread misery to other people, which is something you always do. So, you have good karma? I don't think so. I really don't think so. And doing these things like you do in this live stream, telling lies, making accusations that aren't true, not exactly something that promotes good karma, you know? But we're going to go over the live stream and we're going to go over stuff on Twitter, y'all. So if you're someone watching this video, if you need to take a moment, stop the video, go get a cold drink, maybe a snack, do what you need to do and come back. If you've got things to do or you want to get all prepared and locked in, I suggest you do so because this might be a long one. Because I'm going to call out Foodie on every single one of her lies. So, with that said, let's go on over to Twitter. Let's mosey on over there. Okay, so let me just pull up the screen. Okay. And for those who want to join me on Twitter, there you go. Oh, oops. Sorry. Oh, where's my Twitter at? Doggone it. Oh, wrong place, wrong place. That was completely my bad. Nope, I was in the right place. Doggone it. Okay. So sorry. Okay, for those who want to join me on Twitter, it's Wild Girl Sarah. Also, before I get started, a little non-foodie news. So those of you that have been on my channel for a while, you know that I love to play video games. And one of my favorite video games is World of Warcraft. And I just started playing it again. And I'm playing a little bit just to get used to it. A lot of things have changed in WoW, like the whole layout. I want to get it down before I start streaming and doing videos because right now I feel like a noob. I'm like, where is everything? What is everything? Where are we? So I'm playing the Dragonflight expansion and I'm like, I just don't know where everything is now. I feel like a noob. But I will be doing some World of Warcraft playthrough videos. So yay me. I'm enjoying playing WoW. I haven't played in a while and it's like coming home again. So be on the lookout for that in the future. Okay, going back to Miss Foodie. All right. Oh, so not again. Let's see. And Adjustication says Chantal's not going back to Canada to fight French Fry Girl. Kuwait is kicking her out, and she thinks fighting over a cat that she didn't give two craps about is the way to save face. Yeah, about that. So, Foodie is a narcissist. And a narcissist in every story, they are the hero or the victim. Foodie could just simply come to us and say, look, I'm just going back to Canada. It's time for me to go home. But of course, she has to paint herself the hero. She's got to have a reason to go home. So her reason that she's coming up with is Salah and I are going to travel together. But before we go travel, I'm going to go take care of this thing with the cat. I'm going to go home to Canada. I'm going to file some sort of case against French Fry Girl. That's my reason for going home. No, Foodie. You're going home because you have to go home. Your visa is up. You can no longer stay in Kuwait. You just have to go home. But she's making a big to-do about it, like she's going to go home and do something. According to her, she's going to go home for a few weeks, and then after a few weeks, go back to Kuwait. I don't know if they're going to let you back, Foodie. I mean, you pretty much have overstayed your visa. So what makes you think you're going to get back into Kuwait? I mean, really. And also, on a personal note, you mean to tell me, Foodie, you're going to file a court case and get into court within a 3-week period? You do realize the court systems are backed up, right? Do I believe that Foodie's going to file a case against French Fry Girl? No. she doesn't have the money to fight Frenchie, and she doesn't have a leg to stand on either. Because we all saw the video, BBJ was surrendered willingly, knowingly, and eagerly. Chantal did a video showing BBJ being willingly handed off. She wasn't stolen, she was given away, she was surrendered to somebody. And once you do that, it's somebody else's property. So, what case do you think you have against French Fry Girl, Foodie? There's all kinds of video evidence to go against you. But if that's the reason you're going to use, and if that's the reason you're going to put forth about you going back to Canada, so be it. Go back to Canada. Honestly, I think that Foodie wants to go back to Canada because it's getting to be deep summer in Kuwait. It's over 100 degrees at night. She can't deal with the heat. She honestly can't deal with it. Even staying inside an apartment with the AC running and the fans, she just can't handle it. So she wants to get back to Canada before she completely fries. But do what you got to do, Foodie, because this Kuwait arc has been boring. And you can go back to Canada and film a lot more. You can do a lot more. So, yeah, go home. It's time to go home. It's time to end this arrangement that you've had with Salah. You got him an iPhone, you got him a laptop, you got him a car. He got all the expensive toys. It's time to go home. There's not much more you can give him. He's going to take the expensive toys and go. He played his part. Time to end that arc and start another one in Canada. Okay, something cool. How about a little palette cleanser? This is from Florida Salt and Sass. What a beautiful picture. That looks like a location like I just love to go hiking, maybe sit down and read a book, write some poetry, just spend some quiet time there. It looks so incredibly peaceful. See, Foodie, this is the kind of stuff that you miss by sitting in a house and just making your health worse. You miss beauty like this. You miss the ability to go out and just experience life and breathe the air. You just, you're so locked in that little human hamster cage that, by doing that, you're missing things of this nature. Okay. Yeah, that's Hyde. Look, I love Hyde. Big Hyde fan. Sue me. All right. So, all right. This is from Tiffany Taboo. Tiffany says, okay, this is what I could come up with as far as the scale blankery for her live weigh-in. I would think she was sitting on the end of a chair because she would have blocked the light from overhead and the way the feet move off the scale side to side. I kind of said that before, I believe, in another react. Like I just kept thinking of, Foodie's physical build and the fact that, she's got a big stomach. So since she has a big stomach, how could she get that straight down shot with the iPhone showing the scale and the number on the scale? It's not possible unless she sat down. But let's look at the pictures. Okay, so there's the phone shadow. We can see the phone right here, right? Arm and hand shadow. There's her arm holding the iPhone. And you can see the light source right here. You can see the light reflected in the floor. So if Foodie were standing on the scale as she should, like straight up standing on the scale, wouldn't there be a shadow over the scale, covering the scale almost, like a big shadow? There's no shadow. How is that possible? Yeah, where is the body shadow? There should be a huge darker shadow in front of the scale. There is none. Okay, so there's her face. You can see her hand right here holding the phone. There we go. But how did she manage to get that shot without it getting really, really dark? So, but you know what, Foodie? We didn't even need to see these pictures. We know you're lying. We know you're much heavier than what you keep telling us. But the only person who's hurt by this at the end of the day is you. Like, you want to ruin your health? Who could stop you? Nobody can stop you. You're in control of your own life and the quality of your life. Nobody can fix you except you. But there's proof from Miss Tiffany Taboo about the fact that Chantal lied. Even when she did the previous weigh in, the fact that there was no bigger shadow above the scale, I'm like, she's sitting down for that. She's sitting on a chair or maybe the blue couch or something. She's sitting on something. Okay, this is Queen of WTF. Yeah, so Foodie did that. She created a Twitter. Everybody knows about the Twitter account of Clear as Crystal, and they've been making jokes about it in live chats. Foodie, how do you make a secret Twitter account if you tell everybody about it? A secret means you don't say anything to anybody. That's what makes it a secret. If you're talking about it, it's no longer a secret. The comments, if it makes you feel better, 9/10 of Twitter won't do anything if you report those accounts. Yeah, because Twitter don't care. Imagine being somebody on one platform thinking that you can tell people on another platform what to do and what to say. And she thinks she's actually going to get away with it. Okay, Foodie. All right, another one from Tiffany Taboo. Another one. And this is a self admission from Foodie Beauty. This is her own words. This is her own video from one of her live streams. This was before she went to Kuwait. For those who'd like to know, this was the Foodie before she tried to morph into something that she thought Salah would accept. Like, she, before she went over there and cosplayed and role played something that she wasn't.
Hey guys, so I decided to turn on comments because I'm an attention whore. But please don't be a butt munch. Thank you.
Kind of an attention whore, so I appreciate the attention you guys.
And why am I playing this clip? Because I would like to remind everyone. A lot of people think that Foodie's biggest problem is food. And you're right, it is a really big problem. She needs to seek help. She needs to be in strict inpatient. But an even bigger problem than that is her need for attention. She needs constant attention. This is the woman that when she was with her ex-boyfriend, BB, he was sitting there ironing his clothes and she threw a fit just because she wasn't getting attention at that moment. Her biggest problem is always needing to be the center of attention. And if she's not getting that attention, she will do whatever it takes to be the center of attention, no matter how outrageous or offensive. She wants all eyes on her at any given moment. So attention is her number one problem, and food is right beneath it at number two. Liz says, ooh, cringe again. Chantal asking Salah to tell people he knows about her dirty past, but he says nothing. Okay, Chantal, why don't you list your past in front of him on live stream so we know he knows everything? Triple hoof dare you. Yeah, I've always wondered like how much he knows versus how much he doesn't know. How much does he really know about Chantal? I bet the worst of the worst she's hidden from him. Maybe people have sent him stuff, but I'm certain that she has just completely hidden the worst of the worst away from him. But to be fair, I don't think Salah cares. Let's just say for a minute, let's play devil's advocate. Let's just say she didn't have that past at all. Just based on what he's seen in Kuwait and the way she has behaved, he should have run away a long time ago, even without that past. See, that's the one thing that I've never figured out about Salah. She came there to Kuwait for 3 months. He got a good idea of what she was about. And after she was gone, he didn't slam the door shut and say, no more, no thank you. He was okay for round 2. And if you want my opinion, and this is just my theory, I think that Chantal, she had a fantasy of being with a hot guy, and living out some fantasy of hers. So she went to Kuwait to live out that fantasy. And an arrangement was made between her and Salah for him to do some kind of role play, to role play being her husband, being okay with being on live streams and videos. And in return, he would get monetary compensation. So they struck up that arrangement. And then after she went home the first time, that's where it should have ended. But Chantal did not want it to end, so they struck up another deal where maybe she promised him more, and therefore he was okay with it. So she went right back over to Kuwait, and it happened again. And don't think I haven't noticed that the gifts that you've given Salah have been more and more expensive, Chantal. The laptop, that wasn't cheap. The iPhone, that wasn't cheap. And the car? I mean, where do you go from there? Where do you go after giving somebody a car, an entire house? You've given him some very expensive gifts. So I've always wondered, like, what is in it for Salah? Citizenship? Well, obviously you can't give him citizenship because of your situation, but maybe the agreement was to buy the expensive toys, and after you bought him everything you could buy him, you'd have to come home. And so you have. But here's a clip from the live, courtesy of Cancer Warrior. So let's play the clip.
Oh, Heather, you keep bringing that up. He knows everything already. He knows everything. Can you tell them that you know everything about my dirty past and you don't care because the past is the past? Right, babe?
And he says nothing. And by the way, Chantal, if he's not saying anything and if he's acting like he doesn't care about your dirty past, it's because he doesn't care anything about you. See, there's something worse than love or hate. You know what that is? Indifference. He's indifferent to you. He doesn't care at all. He cares about what you give him. If he is emotionally far removed from you, that means he doesn't care at all. It's like you can go running down the street acting like a lunatic. He wouldn't care as long as it didn't personally affect him. He's indifferent to you. He can just, put you on mute and let you go. But of course, in your mind, you're going to look at that as, oh, he really accepts me and he loves me. No, he's indifferent to you. He don't care. And I'm sure if you go back to Canada, that very night that he drops you off at the airport, best believe he's going to be celebrating. He and his friends are going to be throwing a party in that nice apartment and partying like it's 1999. They might invite a few girls over, have some fun on your dime, you big dummy. But you'll figure that out. You will. Meandering Thoughts says, I don't remember, wasn't it said that you can extend your tourist visa in Kuwait for a month? Maybe she managed to do that, but they didn't extend it again. So she has to leave end of June and just needs an excuse because she wants people to believe she is a resident. No, she's not a resident. She doesn't have residency there. She's a citizen of Canada, but she's not a resident. But I agree with you, Meandering Thoughts. I think that she wants to be the hero in this story. So she's trying to come up with some story about, I'm going home because of FFG. No, you're going home because you have to go home, because you can't stay there. You're not allowed to. And if you stay there, you might get in trouble. Okay, another interesting tweet from Tiffany Taboo. She admits to being 400 pounds here. Do you think she's more or less? So let's look at the pictures, because as we all know, pictures do not lie. This was Chantal back at the villa before Kuwait. So she did this video, My Life as 400 Pounds Vlog Day. So she admitted here she was 400 pounds. So anybody who wants to know, take this picture and to compare it to pictures of how she looks now in Kuwait, and tell me that she's not pushing 500 pounds or over. This was back when Chantal could sit down and eat without breathing heavy. This was back when she could still move without difficulty. Here we go. Allegedly, she's 390 pounds. You can look at her now and tell this she looks a lot different now. Okay? I've been saying for a while, I think that Chantal is over 500 pounds, like 525, 550. She's getting up there. Lexi says, Foodie Beauty visa is expiring this month, so she decided to use BBJ once again to convince her VIB idiots. That is why she's going back to Canada. However, we all know she doesn't care about BBJ, and the only reason she's going to Canada is because she has to. Right. She has to get out of there. She can't live there. We Cry for Food and Shelter says, the fruit flies are back. Ma'am, shut up about it because of the fruit. That's why it's circling your giant butt when I don't see a fruit near you, is because you are the one attracting them. Fruit flies are attracted to smells and oily hair or scalp in your case. So isn't it amazing? Chantal had a problem with fruit flies back in Canada. They were all through her house. They were in her bedroom. And here she is in a whole nother country. And she recently just got into this apartment and the fruit flies are there. How did that even happen? Wherever she goes, there are the fruit flies. Now, I know that she bought a whole bunch of fruit recently, and I've been asking, where are the figs? Where's the fruit? We don't see her eating it. But there's fruit flies? Really, Chantal? So you have a fruit fly in one country and a fruit fly problem in another country. How did you manage that? Lauren says Julia loathes her. Can I tell you guys something that bugs me? I'm a cat owner. I have Booger. What bugs me is the way she holds Julia. She's not holding her correctly. It looks so awkward. It looks so uncomfortable for the cat. No wonder the cat is just bouncing away from her. Even as someone that she's owned cats for many years, she doesn't know how to properly hold on to a cat. Look, just holding on to it too tight, and then that position just looks, holding her with her belly exposed. That just, of course, that cat is not going to like it. Queen of WTF, yeah. Oh, by the way, warning, this rage of Chantal's, we got the pinkies out again. You know, when she gets sassy, the pinky comes out, like she'll just use the pinky. And I love this. Perfectly imperfect. When will she realize that she is FFG's best promoter? Yeah, so look at this. Chantal did her rage stream. She got $33 in super chats. Compared to FFG, look at this. I love it the most. Look at that. Look at that. So even with the rages, Foodie, which used to make you a lot of money, FFG blowing you out of the water, both in views and super chats. Girl, you lost this race. Come on. Every time you talk about FFG, you're just putting more money in her pocket, you big idiot. But the rages used to make you so much money. Now the rages aren't even doing anything. You want to know why? Because the rages are boring. Honestly. You talk about the same old stuff all the time, over and over and over and over and over again. It's the same stuff. Rehashing the past for what purpose? You know, you're lazy. You want to rely on the past to make money in the present for you. Well, it's not working anymore. You talk about the same stuff too much. You've got to get away from this. We need something new, okay? You want people to come to your channel. You want them to watch you. You got to step it up and do some new stuff. Because this whole Kuwait arc and talking about BBJ and talking about this and talking about that. The things you talk about, we've heard 1,000 times before, and people are sick of the same old, same old. Okay, this is from new account Beeson. Uh, no, Chantal, because you have multiple enlarged organs and your enormous stomach literally puts a curve in your spine so that now you're shaped like a boomerang. Chantal. So what's the clip?
You deformed your body. Who says? I think my body's fine. Well, because it has rolls. It's round and not linear. You deformed your body. Who says? I think my body's fine. Well, because it has rolls. It's round and not linear.
But you kind of have deformed your body, Foodie. Let me tell you what I've noticed. That when you stand, in order for your spine and your legs to support the amount of weight that's in the front of you, you literally have to stand with your legs together. Like you can't have them spread apart. You're just trying to keep your balance over there. You carry a lot of your weight in the front of you, which I'm sure is killing your back. Because as I've said before, I mean, and this is just something to think about. You're 5 feet tall. I'm 5'4". I'm somewhere in the neighborhood of like 130. So if you're like 200 to 300 pounds overweight, which you are, just think about this for a minute. You're carrying the weight equivalent of 1, 2, or perhaps even 3 adults in the front of your body. Don't tell me that doesn't hurt. And in order to carry all that weight in the front, and there's not an equal amount of weight in the back, in order to keep balance, you have to walk differently. You've got to stand differently. So, yes, that weight is affecting you in more ways than you think. And see. Okay, this is from Holly Go Heavy. Foodie Beauty is already in Canada 3 months ago to call lawyer back about suing FFG. Today she's flying back to Canada, but isn't going to talk to a lawyer about suing. This is how we know she's lying. Small claims won't touch this. No contract or money delusion. Yeah, like it's a slam dunk. Okay. She handed off the cat. There's video proof that she provided. There's no criminal act. Cat wasn't stolen. She has no case. It's just that Foodie needs a reason to go home to Canada. And she just can't up and say, look, I got to go home and I'm leaving. I'm not saying when I'm leaving, but I'm leaving. You want to know why? Because she knows if she says that everybody else is going to say, we told you so. We told you couldn't stay there. We told you that the marriage was a lie. That was all just a fantasy in your head. Her narcissistic ego cannot take it. Again, she has to be the victim or the hero in every story. So in this story, she's the hero. Like, I'm going to go home because I've got to fight somebody. No, you're leaving because you can't stay where you are. Queen of WTF, I don't think you neglected them the whole time, but we all know that once you got involved with Natter, you did not take care of them. You neglected their care. It's simple. You chose a man twice over your pets. BBJ should have been on meds a year ago. Yeah, I don't think Chantal neglected the cats the entire time that she had them. But I think that once she decided, I want to use men for attention, and that's where my attention is going versus my pets, that the serious neglect began. The neglect happened over the course of, say, 2 years. And that's about the time when she was with Natter. Once she got with Natter, and Natter's not a pet person, again, she's one of those women that whatever the man is, whatever he likes, she's going to like. Whatever he hates, she hates. She's going to she has no real personality or identity of her own. So she borrows off of whoever she's with in order to have one. So Natter wasn't a pet person. So in order to be accepted by him and I guess loved by him, she's got to be the most like him. So he didn't care for the cats and she didn't care for the cats. But that's when the neglect really got bad. Really, really bad. But let's watch the clip.
So how are my cats neglected and everything when they were so happy in my videos? How? For years. How did I have her for 19 years? How?
Maybe you had her for 17 years and you were okay with the care. But the last few years were the worst. And we saw it all. We saw the dirty house. You told us about the moldy pots and the disgusting rotting food in the fridge. You told us about the mummified food in your bedroom. You even took a garden rake and raked it over the trash on your bedroom floor. We saw the area where BBJ was eating. I mean, there's so many things, Chantal. And there's video out there. You can't lie with video. You can't dispute that, no matter how many times you try. Truth is truth, and video does not lie. It doesn't. You know, once you took your focus off your pets and put it on men and decided that's what you wanted to do and that's where you wanted your focus to go, that's when they really started lacking in the care department. Okay, now this is interesting. Y'all lean in for this one. This is from your Agitation saying, y'all, she's turned into Natter. Foodie Beauty has officially hit Broke Beach territory. She's going to charge her VIBs to be her mods. Thank you at Unicorn Pondu for being so quick with your reactions and commentary. We appreciate you so much. So I guess this is from Unicorn Pondu, but this is from the live stream. Y'all listen to this.
Thank you guys. Don't worry, we'll talk about making more other guys. Maybe I can make that a perk for my channel, like moderators. If you're abuser.
Are you that desperate for people to like you that you literally are going to be charging for people to be a moderator in your chat? Really, Chantal?
I agree, Unicorn. I agree. And for the record, can I just put this out there? And I've been a mod for many people on YouTube in the past and even now in the present. The mod wrench, it's given for free. And mod wrenches are given by whoever the content creator is. And they usually give them to people that they've talked to before and that they know. And they know that the people they give the wrenches to, that they're going to be a good person. They're going to sit in the live stream. And if anybody comes in pulling a ruckus or trying to disrupt the chat, that they will take care of it. Essentially, the mods, they're just there to keep things kosher. So whoever the presenter is, the content creator is, they can just do their chat in a peaceful way and everybody can have fun. And here's this person, Chantal, saying, oh, if you're a VIB and you pay me a lot of money, you can get a mod wrench. Let me tell you something. Nobody should be paying for mod wrenches. And the mod wrench is not as big of a deal as people think it is. It's just your name in blue. You're just there to help out and help out the presenter. And if anybody, I don't care if it's Chantal or anybody, if they approach you on YouTube and say, you have to compensate me for giving you a mod wrench, turn and run the other way, because that's just nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. Nobody should be paying for a wrench. If we, the content creators, are given the mod wrenches to give to people for free, why should you have to pay for them? This is Chantal being broke and just trying to come up with a scammy way to make money. And it's scummy. So tell me again about your good karma, Chantal, when you're trying on your live stream to sit here and scam people, trying to come up with yet another way to make money other than do great content and entertain others. Seriously.
Like, I know that you're desperate for money and views, clearly, but oh my god, I didn't think it was gonna be that bad.
It is that bad, Unicorn. It is that bad. I mean, I've seen some outrageous stuff from Chantal. I have. This is a first. It's bad enough that she has her memberships, right? She doesn't do any members only streams. She has no real perks. She used to say, oh, the perk is I'm doing live streams. and you get to talk to me, and that is the perk. She's barely giving that to her members anymore. Now it's like, oh, I'll give you a mod wrench if you pay more, but yet she doesn't go live. She barely goes live. So what's the point? What is the point of a mod wrench if you never go live anymore, Foodie? I mean, make it make sense.
Okay, guys, if you want to give Chantal money, you can be a mod in her chat, and then if you say one cross thing about her, you're gonna get the boot and be blocked forever until.
Yeah, think about that. Thank you for bringing that up, Unicorn. Thank you. Think about that. You give her money to be a mod, but at any given time, any second, even for no reason, she can take that wrench away, and whatever money you paid her, you can just forfeit that. She can take it away. You can't get your money back.
She decides to need money again, then unblock everybody.
Right? And she's done that before. Hey, any VIBs over here, lean in and pay attention. Chantal has a history of people signing up for the VIB membership, and then she gets in a mood. She gets into a tear. Or even when she doesn't, she'll just block people. You want to know why she does that? So that they'll turn right around and get another membership. So she gets double the money per person. Think about that. This is the queen that you're supporting, somebody who is so scummy that they will purposely block people just so those people will turn around and get a new membership while the old membership is still active. Yeah, she's that kind of a person. So enjoy that over there. Really enjoy it. Okay, this is from Cancer Warrior. Chantal admitting that she watches reaction channels. Oh, we knew that though. We knew she was watching us. We've been known. She's denied it for so long, saying she hears from her VIBs. And of course, you watch her. She's part of the reaction community, and it's obvious you're as obsessed with her as you are with Charlie. But the thing is, we know she watches us. All the comments she makes about this person said this and this person said that. We've been known she watches us. We know she comes in under sock accounts. We know she's on Twitter. She's not as hidden as she thinks she is. I mean, what else has she got to do all day in Kuwait? She says, oh, I'm so busy doing housework. Oh, really? Then why do you still have that henna on one half of your hand? You ain't cleaning. If you were cleaning, that would all be gone by now. What have you got to clean up? You don't clean anyway. But let's watch the clip anyhow.
No, I don't watch her at all, ever. Do you think I actually sit there and watch her? Never in a million years. The only time I ever hear anything is from reaction channels.
You know, I know she watches FFG because FFG was doing a live stream, and even she immediately fired up a live saying, do you want your karma hot or cold? So she was watching Frenchie and she was listening. And the live stream that she did, she was literally begging French Fry Girl to snipe her or react to her in that moment. Begging for her attention. She deliberately scheduled a live on top of Frenchie's because she wanted Frenchie's attention. She wanted Frenchie to rage. Frenchie said, nope, not today, Satan. You can sit there over there and stew, marinate for a while. I'll cover you later. Did not give Chantal what she wanted, and I loved that. I loved it. But she watches everybody, especially FFG, always pocket watching her. Always watching what she makes and what she says. Like, stalker. Okay, Cancer Warrior, another clip. Foodie, you of all people shouldn't be telling anyone to get out and live life. You can't even get your butt out of the car to go shopping. You have to video chat that flunky while he's in the store. Yeah, let's watch the clip.
She needs to get out and live life. Exactly. She needs to get out and live life. Exactly.
No one who lives in a human hamster cage, who goes nowhere, who does nothing, that when she does go out and do something, she's sitting in the car with the AC, should not be telling other people to go out and live life. When is the last time you've done that, Chantal? Comfortably, happily. I bet we have to go back years on your channel to find any clip where you're walking around and doing things and being around people. It was years ago. years. Over the course of time, you become more and more uh, secluded, like in your shell. And it's all due to who you are and the content that you're doing. It's nobody's fault but yours. Okay, we're gonna skip that one for a minute. Okay, this is also from Cancer Warrior.
I used to lie about having a boyfriend when I was in like elementary school. Was
She, she, Foodie lies, Foodie tells on herself. And if you want, for those who are VIBs, little history lesson about Chantal. Before she got with Salah, when she was still halfway seeing Natter or seeing Natter secretly, you know, she would always put out the vibe of there are several guys chasing after me. You know, narcissists will do that. They will make everything grandiose. Everything's larger than what it actually is. It couldn't just be one guy talking to Chantal. It had to be 4 or 5 all at the same time. Chantal seeks out validation and self-worth through how much people are paying attention to her and how much they desire her. Because she has no self-worth of her own. She also has no identity of her own. So whoever she's around, she takes on whatever aspect she can of the other person just to be accepted by the person rather than have her own personality and be accepted as herself. She doesn't like herself to the point where she wants to abandon herself and be somebody else, my opinion. Okay, are you seeing that? Okay, again, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Two-tailed caperer. Y'all look. So Foodie swore her house was clean. Does that look clean to you? Look at that filth on the floor. For those who do not know, the cat boxes were so filthy that the cats were doing their business on the carpet because they really had no other choice. Pete himself said that he didn't change the litter box for over 3 months. 3 months. And both BBJ and Sam had to live in that disgusting, filthy, nasty, scummy house. But here, Chantal's saying she was a good pet owner. I'm sorry. Anyone who knowingly lets a cat box sit unclean for 3 months, no, you're not a good pet owner. Anyone who lets a cat walk around with dirty ears, matted fur, UTI infections, all of that, knowing embedded claws, you're not a good pet owner. You have no business being around animals, period. Perfectly Imperfect says, Foodie Beauty, as soon as you handed BBJ over to a stranger, you lost any right to know where she is or how she's doing. But come back to Canada and try. We'll all be watching and laughing. Yeah, I will be. I absolutely will be. Let's see. Yeah, that's the stream right there. Do you want your karma hot or cold? She didn't wait till FFG was done. She made the live stream while FFG was live with her live. So Chantal was watching. Now this is scary. Y'all look at this from Milky Chai. Look at this. How similar Pete and Salah look. It's scary. They both look the same. They look the same. She found another pizza in Kuwait. Oh, now this is lovely. Y'all look at that. For those that like my intros, y'all just look at that. Okay, nope, no, we're not doing the music. Just look, hey, take a minute, drink it in, look at it. How gorgeous. I want to be there right now. Oh, Can I go there? Where's this place? I need to know. That would be amazing. What a beautiful location. Just drink it in, y'all, because the Chantal's coming, I'm telling you. Drink in the peace while you can. Okay, now this is funny. This is something funny. Look at the ostrich. The ostrich is just strutting. You got the ostrich strut. Just doing a little dance. He's feeling himself. That's right. Ostrich swag. It's a thing. Look at him. He's just dancing away. He got some moves on him. I'm telling you. He's be on America's Got Talent. Look at that. I love it. Okay. Well, we ended on a funny note there. It's time. It's time to go on to Chantal, to her live stream, isn't it? Yes, it is. Y'all ready? Get ready. If you need to take a moment, use the bathroom, get a cold drink, get a snack, do what you got to do. Y'all ready? Are we ready now? Let's do this.
Hey, little Nitty and Blumpy. You guys are the only ones here right now? Sorry, but I have my relaxation shisha. So. Julia.
By the way, Chantal, for someone who smokes the shisha so much, it is just bad manners to blow smoke in somebody's face. Now, I know that your audience is not there in person, but blowing the smoke at the camera is just rude. It's low class. Please don't do that anymore.
She's playful.
Bad shisha etiquette.
Yeah. Did you get notified? Oh, hello. There we go. Lulu, hi, Beezer. Leonie.
And notice that she's got open chat. That's how broke Chantal is. She only does open chat when she needs money. She has said multiple times she likes her hug box. She tries to get people to pay to talk to her, even though she's got nothing worthwhile to say to anyone. But when she does the open chat, it's not because she wants to, it's because she needs that money.
Yeehaw. Yes, hi, Carla. Joey Beezer, basic. Rescue the submarine. I would if I could. Hi, everybody. Rosie, Britton the Sun, Gamer, Gemini, Beezer. Hi, Tracy. Queen, Beans, Beezer.
Hello, Bezos. How are you doing, guys?
Hi, baby.
Hi, babe.
Big Toe, Megasaurus. Hey, Island, Queen. If you're...
And I've got a theory. Before we get deep into this, I've got a theory. So while Chantal's been in Kuwait, Salah's been telling her, you can't rage because you're here and it might get us in trouble. Isn't it funny that she's talking about a trip, and I don't know exactly when her trip is going to be, but if she's going to leave and come home to Canada, maybe that's why he's letting her rage, because she's not going to be there much longer. So that's why he's like taking the leash off and saying, go for it. Go ahead and rage. You're not going to be here much longer. Let go of the rage if you need to.
Some of your messages might get held for review because, like...
No, we got. By the way, you are the queen.
Thanks, babe. Candace, Carolina, Lisa. What would I do if I was in the South? King Beezer, yeah.
Carolina, thank you.
So I decided that I'm probably gonna just stick with open chats. It's not that I obviously don't love my Beezers. You can still be Beezers if you want to join my community. I will be uploading a lot more emojis, like maybe Tree Lady and different like funny.
Okay. So that's going to be a perk, Chantal? The emojis? A little information about that for those who might be interested to know. An emoji does not take that long to make. It takes all of 2 minutes. I've made them for my channel in the past. I figured out how to do it. It takes seconds. You just have a picture, you upload the correct size, and done. It's literally that simple. So she's acting like making emojis is a big freaking deal. It's not. It's lazy. And in the past, she was so lazy, she even asked other people to make them for her. So this is the perk that people get in your community. You're making emojis. Really?
Emojis. I have some now. So, and of course, hi Lee Preston.
Yeehaw. Hello.
Hey Joel, I remember you with all the hearts all the time. You want my karma moist? You want your karma?
And if she's going to do nothing but open chat from here on out, it's because she's desperate. She's lost members or she doesn't have enough to sustain her. Again, a sign that she's not got much money. She's desperate for money.
Moist and room temperature? That would be the worst karma ever. Hi Ava. My teeth. Oh, I have wicked heartburn from the Chinese food. Never again. I'm never ordering Chinese food again. Every time, no matter which country I'm in, when I eat Chinese, it's really, really, really,
Well, maybe the fault is not within the Chinese food. It's the fact that you just eat too much food, period. Or maybe you ate the Chinese food and then you didn't stop. You ate other things on top of it. Maybe that's it also.
What do I have popularity? I don't know. Hi, whoever said hi. Megan, I'm going to try to keep up because, my channel's dead. It's funny because so would hers be, Molly, if she wasn't talking about me. So yeah, go back. Dummy. Hi, JP.
You're a funny character, Chantal. You're very unique. You complain about people talking about you, reacting to you. And then if they react to somebody else, you still have something to say. Frenchie has covered other people. And you've had stuff to say about that. Oh, look, she's only getting X amount of views on those videos, blah, blah, blah. So it's a no-win situation with you. There's no way to make you happy and satisfied. If we react to you, you got stuff to say. If we react to somebody else, you still have stuff to say. You make fun of other people's views. Oh, their views were so low. Without me, they won't get that much in the way of views. Let me tell you something. Because of this Kuwait arc being so boring, it's hard to work our magic on you. Because you talk about the same stuff over and over, the same rages over and over. We can only do so much to make you interesting. And if you're giving us the same boring content, what can we do? We can only do what we can do, and that's it. So we react to you because a lot of people want to keep up with your shenanigans and they don't want to give you a direct view. They don't want to put money in your pocket. So we react. We have our thoughts. We have our feelings and opinions. But you complain whether we react to you or somebody else. You're looking for a reason to be hateful. That's all.
Play karma. So I want to get some moderators, I think. Maybe I can have some moderators again. That would be nice. So, hi, babe.
There's no sense in having moderators if you don't go live that much. I'm just saying. What is the point of mods if you don't go live that much anymore? Or when you go back to Canada, are we going to go back to 6 to 10 hour live streams a day? Oh, Lord, help me. No. No. I suffered through that. Oh, my God. I remember. I'm not even joking. I would wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning on those days. And Chantal would already have 2 live streams done. And I'd be like, doggone it. And I would struggle to keep up. And I would cover the 2 that she did. And there would be 2 more. And I would literally be reacting to her from 8 o'clock in the morning until midnight. That's how bad it was. Are we going to go back to that? Is that what's going to happen? Oh my God. I'm going to get my rest while I can then.
Baby. She fell off long ago. Well, hey, little nitty, missing the lashes. Go sit on it and rotate, Molly. Goodbye.
Chantal, you are far too broke to be this rude. If I were you, I would be nice as pie to every single person coming into that chat. And even if somebody comes in and trolls you, smile and bear it. You are far too broke to be this rude. Far too broke. You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. Has nobody ever told you that?
Why can't I weigh in? I have weighed in, literally in
No, you haven't. You lied. We know that's not your true weight.
videos. Hi, Golden Girl. Hey, Kay Bella. I know I should have that. I'm trying to decide if I want mods. I know, like, I don't want Salak to be overwhelmed, but I'll talk to him about it first, and then maybe I'm thinking about it. Hi, Stan. You know, Puggy. She's the animal abuser. Where's BBJ? She's the animal abuser. Trust me, and she's going to get her karma for starting that bullshit in the first place. So it looks like I have to make a trip. It looks like,
You know, I'm not an expert in karma, and it's not for me to dictate another person's karma or another person's life. But I would think Frenchie getting BBJ out of that situation the way that she did, I would think that would result in some good karma. You putting BBJ and Sam through everything that you did for 2 years, boy, that's going to hurt your karma. Hurt it bad. So don't talk about somebody else's karma, Chantal, when you've done so much to hurt your own.
I'm going to have to make a trip and deal with all this stuff. And I'm happy that I have Amy's legal information and address, because I don't know how, like, people like messaged me and were like, you know that they won't be able to get away with that if you report that, right? Because like what she
You know what's interesting? Like Chantal lies, Chantal tells on herself. Now I know that she doesn't like FFG. She hates her. Hates her. But isn't it interesting that she swears right now she's going to go after FFG? Isn't it strange to everybody else? Isn't it odd that she's not looking straight at the camera saying that? Like her eyes are just darting all over the room. An indication that she's lying, that she's not going to go after FFG. She's not serious about it, because when you're mad at somebody and you've got some conviction about what you're saying, you're going to look straight at the person or at the camera and say it. But she won't look at the camera. She's not going to do it. She's not going to go home and go after Frenchie. She knows she doesn't have a case. She's just looking for a reason to go home to Canada and not look like an idiot. Well, it doesn't matter if you go home for FFG or yourself. You're still an idiot. This whole Kuwait arc was stupid. It made no sense. But if you got to go home, Chantal.
literally did was theft. So just because, let me get
Wrong. She stole nothing. You gave the cat away. Lie number one.
this through your thick 5 layers of chins, okay? Just because I rehome my pet doesn't mean that anyone can just take the pet. Like that's not how it works. When I rehomed my pet, it was going to a certain person. Of course, I'm going to care about the well-being of a pet I had for 19 years. So
You did not care. You gave away Sam, which Sam was your favorite. And that night, you weren't crying. You weren't sad. You basically threw yourself a pizza party. And then when you gave away BBJ, there was almost like a sense of relief that she was gone. You were so happy. A really weird reaction from somebody who has had the pets like you had for that long, and you swore you loved them. Anybody who's ever loved an animal, taken care of an animal, if there's ever a moment you got to be parted with them, you're going to be sad about it. You're going to be heartbroken. But that would mean you'd have to have a heart, and you don't.
yeah, I don't think so. Megasaurus, very important beezers. Ready set bees. Yeah, I got rid of the budget beeson because I don't want to be budget beeson. So
Oh, interesting. Thank you for saying that. So she had a tier on her channel, the 99-cent tier for people. She got rid of that. Why? Is your greed taking over again, Chantal? There are a lot of people signed up under the budget Beasing, and considering how you're not putting any thought into your content or any creativity, you're putting no effort into it, I would think that 99 cents is quite fair. Actually, I think it's more than what you deserve because if you're not putting out nothing, you're just getting on camera and talking, you're making no effort whatsoever, you really don't deserve to charge people anything. But I think 99 cents is more fair than, say, $5. But you got rid of the budget Beasing? Are you trying to force people to pay more money? Scammer.
But yeah, that's okay. I think if you paid for it, you will be you know, I didn't give them away. It doesn't just mean because I had to.
Yes, you did. I'm sorry, I'm raising my voice. I don't want to get loud over here. I'll lower my voice again. My apologies to anybody wearing headphones. I know that it gets quite loud with headphones on. You did give your cats away, both of them. In the case of BBJ, there was a video showing the cat being handed off. There was no thievery. French Fry Girl and her family did not sneak into your house when you weren't there and took BBJ without your knowledge. The cat was willingly surrendered. The beautiful part is you provided proof of that, Chantal, on your end, yourself.
To move to another country, I carefully rehomed my pets. I showed all the messages.
Did you? Yeah, let's go back. Since you keep bringing up the name Amy Flowers, let's talk about that for just a moment. This person, Amy Flowers, that you were going to give BBJ to, said that she was bedridden. So, BBJ had medical conditions, a lot of which you knew about ahead of time. So, you were being very careful in rehoming your pets. You're going to give a senior cat with medical conditions to a bedridden person who has trouble, allegedly, getting out of bed, doing simple things, would have trouble taking the cat to the vet, and you knew the cat needed medical care. You're going to give your cat to someone who's bedridden, knowing that they need to go to the vet? Tell me again about how you were careful about selecting homes for your pets.
Of where the cat was supposedly going to, somebody who lied and completely fabricated their life for spiteful purposes. So no, FFG didn't save the cat because the reason.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She saved her from what you wanted to do.
For her taking the cat was only to spite me and try to cause me pain, and I can prove that because now saying I don't want to show BBJ when it's convenient for her because she knows she has the cat and she's a fucking liar. So no, she used the cat for content many times.
Ma'am, how many times did you use your cats for content? How many times did you bring them on camera for cat deflection? You used your own pets to connect with people in your audience that were animal lovers, perhaps pet lovers, pet owners. You exploited your cats to connect with those people so they would come to your channel and sub to your channel. And then during those 2 years that you were with Natter and everybody saw them living in filthy conditions, looking around for food because there wasn't enough food in the house, and BBJ looking sick, you even exploited the fact that your pets were living in disgusting conditions and lack of food as a means to keep people tuning into your channel, if for no other reason, out of concern for what was going to happen to them. You emotionally held everybody hostage that way. Instead of doing what you could do and taking your cats to the vet, taking them to the groomers so that everybody would know they would be fine, you could have done that. It wouldn't have cost that much. As a matter of fact, more than one of your viewers actually gave you super chats to pay for vet visits, so the vet visits would have been practically free. And what did you tell those viewers? Those people who gave the money, you said, the money's mine now. I can do what I want with it. So you were a complete a-hole. when it came to your cats. Complete. Treating them the way that you did. Deliberately holding back their care. And I will never forget the live stream that you did where you said outright that one of the reasons why you weren't taking your cats to the vet is because it, in your words, pisses off your haters. What a monstrous thing to say. I'm going to deny my pet's care just to spite complete strangers on the internet. What kind of twisted, demented, awful thinking is that? You have that kind of evil, thoughtless soul, and you actually think you have good karma? No, you don't. You want to know why? You never built up good karma. I'll tell you what, though, I'm sure there's still a lot of back checks being cashed right now. You know, results of your consequences that you've been running from that are catching up to you. Instead of worrying about FFG and what's going on with her, you should be worried about those. Because you've done a lot of awful things in your life. And you've always managed to pivot away from them and get out of tight corners. Well, you're getting to a point where you can't do that anymore.
I'm sorry. There's videos on my community tab. Go watch them. Actually, I think I'll react to them soon. Yeah, exactly, Gemini. I didn't. No. Let me clear that up. I didn't give them to the first person who asked. Okay. No. That's not how it worked. I had many messages that Courtney, neat lady. There was a lot of people who messaged me about it. Okay.
Yes, I will agree with Chantal. I'm sure there's a lot of people that messaged her that wanted to take care of BBJ and Sam. But what Chantal was looking for was someone who was not connected to YouTube in any way, who wasn't a content creator, who might potentially tell on her. And here's where Chantal is kicking herself hard. French Fry Girl reached out to Chantal and said, I will pay you $3,000 for BBJ and I will sign an NDA, which means I won't say a word about it. Chantal turned her down. So that was $3,000 she could have had in her pocket and nothing would have been said. But she turned it down. And then Frenchie got her anyway and her family. And she could talk all she wants about BBJ and Chantal can't say a word. So Chantal's still to this day kicking herself in her big behind about that. And what makes her even especially salty is the fact that, you know, French Fry Girl just did what any person who's got humility would do. She saw a situation of a animal in need and she said, I can do something to help, I will help, and she did. And whether you're someone you like French Fry Girl or not, you know, she's a person and she did a good thing. And that's what matters. And BBJ being in a good place and being taken care of, that matters. You don't have to like or approve of the person and their personality. You can just say she is human. She showed some humility, some compassion, some caring, and she did a good thing for another living thing. But Chantal will never understand those things. She doesn't understand real compassion and compare humility. She doesn't know what humility is. She's all about taking care of herself. She is self-absorbed. She's a narcissist. She just cares about what's going on with her. If it's not her pain, it doesn't matter. But the girl gang, once they found out that BBJ was safe, yeah, they started sending a lot of super chats out of thankfulness, out of gratitude. Because the nightmare was over. We were all worried about BBJ and Sam. And to finally learn that BBJ was safe and happy with someone that cares about animals, yeah, we were all happy. Everybody was crying over it. Everybody. But Chantal's going to put her narrative over it. Oh, she did it for these reasons. How do you know? You can't look inside somebody's heart and tell what their intentions are. You're basing what somebody else does on the fact that you're an uncaring person, Chantal. You think everybody operates under the same rules that you do. Not true. Some people actually care about others.
Okay. And I was like, no. I'm not just giving the cat to anybody. I've had this cat for 19 years. So, yeah. It's not better. How do you know it's better than killing BBJ? How do you know where she is? Tell me that. You have
You know what's interesting, Chantal? You keep saying, oh, she's so sick. She's on the verge of dying. But here we are, 3 months later. BBJ's still alive. She's happy. She's thriving. So she wasn't so close to death after all, was she? Because she's still here. And she's doing well. So the picture you tried to paint for us wasn't the true picture, was it? No, it was a picture that you wanted to paint so that you could do what you wanted to do so you can run off to Kuwait and be with that fake husband of yours and play house with him.
no idea. You have no idea who she's with. So how do you know she's being taken care of if you don't know who she's with?
Because of the medical bills, you idiot. Medical bills, and a lot of them. Because of all the things that were wrong with her, because of you. You try to say, oh, all of that stuff was because of her age. No, ma'am. Straight neglect. 5 embedded nails? That was due to old age? Let's talk about the UTI where it was so bad she was peeing blood. That's due to age too? Dirty infected ears? Matt so bad on her stomach that the vet thought that she had tumors? All of that supposedly from old age. Let me tell you something. I've had some elderly cats. They experience none of that. That's from straight neglect. You knew all the way back that BBJ had a UTI. You want to know why? Because you had the pretty litter. Anybody remember those boxes of pretty litter in her living room right next to her staircase unopened? Pretty litter is a type of cat litter that you can buy if you're curious about if your cat has urinary problems, maybe some kidney problems. You use that. A cat will go pee in it, and if the pee is not right, the kitty litter will change color. Chantal remarked that the kitty litter had turned blue, which meant that she knew all the way back then there was a problem and she did nothing. And let's also be reminded of that little visit she did to the vet with Roman. Y'all remember that? Because I do. They were in the car and they actually played a recorded phone call from the vet. And the vet said in the message, where we could all hear, that BBJ needed to come back to the vet office because she had oral issues. Also, one more thing. Chantal remarked on more than one occasion that her breath smelled. A cat's breath should not smell. She said it stunk. A cat's breath stinks when they have medical dental issues. So she knew about all of that. She noticed all of that, and she did nothing. Nothing. So trying to paint this picture of I'm a good pet owner? No, you weren't. No. Especially the last few years. No, ma'am.
You make no sense. Just like suspend your hate for me for 5 minutes and it makes no sense. If you care about BBJ, then yeah. And Lay, I can talk about it as much as I want. It's my freaking life. But don't worry, it will be dealt with. Like everything, she's done so many criminal things that I could get her on, and I don't need to pay for an expensive lawyer. No, I don't.
You know what? I'm going to call you on your bluff, Chantal. If she had done so many criminal things that you can get her on, why isn't she in jail right now? Because she's done nothing criminal. But you have. You have. You've done criminal things. Driving around intoxicated. Remember that? I do. Driving around high, I remember that too. Practically breaking and entering Natter's house, remember that also. You've done a lot of criminal things. You've not been caught yet, but you've done criminal things. But as much as you hate Frenchie, if she had done criminal things, I'm sure you would have done something when you had the chance, but you never did. Why? Because nothing happened. So you're trying to paint this picture to your VIBs. Oh, she's a criminal. She stole my cat. No, she didn't. You gave her up. You handed her off. That was it. That was that. That was all. And let's be clear, you don't care about BBJ. You didn't care about her when you had her. You neglected her. You starved her. You let her walk around tremendously sick and in a lot of pain. You did nothing. Nothing. You don't care about her. What you care about is your ego. What you care about is the fact that you did the worst kind of evil to an animal and it was exposed. All the way exposed. And you just can't get over that part, can you? The fact that you have been playing a game on YouTube for years of telling lies to people. You think it's funny. You think it's just a funny game. And there's nothing that a liar and a narcissist hates more than their lies being exposed. And there's nothing they can do about it. This has nothing to do with BBJ or Sam. Has everything to do with that gigantic ego of yours that just can't seem to get over it.
I just need to go to the courthouse and serve her ass for many different things. And trust and believe, I'm already booking that trip we're taking together will be the month after. I'm going to Canada to deal with this bitch.
You know what? Let me bring this up because it matters. Let me bring this up because it matters. How many times did we hear this one talk about, I'm going to file charges against Natter? And Natter is someone that, according to her, he's done far worse to her than anything FFG ever did to her. Did she ever file charges on Natter? No. She acted like she did. She never did. So Natter did all kinds of horrible things to Chantal. She never went to the cops. Never. Yet she's going to go and file charges on Frenchie? For what? For being the one to rescue a cat that she had in her care? She didn't care for the cat? Going to go after her when she never went after Natter for all the things she said he did? Girl, sit down. Seriously, just sit down.
Once and for all. Trust and believe, okay? It's done. I'm not going to talk details of the case with everybody once it gets rolling. Of course not. If she does, that will just look bad on her, and that's it. Her and that Amy weirdo. No, Miriam, it's not the same as cigarettes at all. There's like now, look, there's like 3 vents blowing cold air and filtering the air, okay? There's like no smoke residue from shisha at all. It's vapor. And it's pure tobacco with flavor. No arsenic, nothing like that. Light up a Marlboro or a Du Maurier and smoke shisha. You'll see the difference. We'll see if there will be a case or not. We'll see. Number 1, she literally, hi Tracy, ready, set, rebees. She literally, okay. So a lot of people offered to take BBJ, all right? So many people offered to take BBJ.
And you were looking for someone off YouTube because you didn't want what you were doing to BBJ to be exposed. And that's why you were seriously considering taking her to the vet to have her put down, because then it wouldn't be exposed. Then you could be sure that nobody would ever know the evil that you'd done to that poor animal.
She's a real animal abuser. Yeah, what happened to her dogs? So it's better than BBJ being dead. Do you know how sick that cat is? Do you know what she's enduring right now? She's with.
Do you? You're not there. How do you know what she's going through? You didn't care in the first freaking place. You didn't care about her pain. Now all of a sudden you care? From 3,000, 4,000 miles away, you care. Why didn't you care when you lived with her? When she was in your care, Chantal? You didn't care. You were too busy doing 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams of edibles a night, making trips to the outhouse, running back and forth to Natter's place, doing the long road, making those long trips to Montreal and back for hours. Couldn't be bothered with BBJ. Couldn't be bothered at all. So, stuff it, okay? You don't care about BBJ. And it's so sad and sick to me that you didn't care about her then. But you bring up her name now, just trying to exploit her for money, for outrage, for profit.
Somebody who doesn't even like cats. She's with somebody who probably takes a picture of her in a Gucci collar, hides her in a closet. You don't give a shit. Shit. Thank you, Kay Bella. Shit about that cat. You don't. You're all evil. You don't care. So
Still, there's morons. They still believe that.
Yeah.
If gun saved BBJ.
Yeah.
You know what, Salah? Why are you even talking? Why do you even have an opinion about this, Salah? Your job is to sit there and agree with whatever she's saying and collect your paycheck. So just do that. Go in the background somewhere and go just have a seat. Go play your video game badly like you normally do, you fake gamer. You have nothing to say, sir. She's going home to Canada. You might get one last paycheck if you're lucky, but you're not part of girl world. You're just an accessory. So go sit down.
Right?
Yeah. Her lie right there.
Zombies. She stole her for money. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Salah, listen, you don't know anything, sir. You know what she told you. And you're such a big idiot, you'll believe anything she told you. Chantal lies. Chantal tells on herself. She's lied to you, I'm sure. But you don't care because as long as you get paid, you'll say and do whatever she asks you to.
She said the cat's with her sister-in-law, all right? Lie number one. Her sister-in-law is apparently Amy Flowers. It's been proven that Amy Flowers lives in California. Her address is doxed on the community.
Chantal, put your little pinky down. You look ridiculous, like trying to make a point and be all like, Stop. You're not the badass you think you are.
Tab, which is apparently public information. So, yeah. Hold on, let me just block some losers. Hello, Haley. No, it's not just about the damn cat. It's about her trying to fuck with my life in many, many ways. And I have so much proof of this. Her channel, like I said, is proof enough. Don't worry about it. She's gonna get it. And so is Amy. So I hope you're happy that you were complicit in a scheme to literally steal a cat.
No thievery. This is so ridiculous. She's talking in circles, y'all. Circles. Yeah, everybody talks about Foodie and her cycles. But this is a complete circle. There's no stopping one thing and starting another thing. It's just one big circle. Round and round we go, and where we stop, nobody knows. And here, Chantal, do you understand? The more you do this, the more that you rehash the same stuff over and over and over again, the faster you wear people out on you and your channel and your content. Do you get that? It's crucial to you that people keep watching you and being interested in you. But at the same time, you're shooting yourself in the foot by making everybody tired of the same subjects repeated over and over again. Girl, stop it. Just stop it. Go home to Canada. Show us something new. Do something new. We're tired of this crap. Get out of Kuwait. Go home.
Love it. And I hope you saved every super chat you ever made, B, because you're going to be getting it back. Oh, yes, you will. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry about my marriage, Minnie. Why do I have to prove anything to you? Who the hell are you? So, hi, Carlima. FFG's live stream about her dog passing ripped my heart out. And now with her acquiring under false pretenses of BBJ, it's too much emotional. She's actually deflecting right now by turning it on me again. She didn't even address at all. She's not addressing. Where did you go for a few days when you were caught in your lies? Seriously.
Chantal, you're so far removed from normal life that have you forgotten that people have other things to do besides be on YouTube? Can you really not even fathom the fact that some people just go on YouTube for a while, but they've got other things to do, like a regular job. They got to take care of their kids, they got to take care of their home. You sit in a box all day and do nothing but scroll on your phone. What's going on YouTube? What's going on Twitter? What's going on in the kiwi farms? But all you do is sit still and do nothing. But other people, we don't live that way. We've got to accomplish things. We've got to go places. So you actually have something to say because Frenchie wasn't somewhere that you think she was? She just got home from work? Oh my God, that word work. How dare she work? How dare she have a life? How dare she have a personal life? How could she do this? Well, that's what you do when you have a normal life. You don't have a human hamster cage situation going on.
Like, give me a break. Yeah, I had those cats for 19 years. How, did they look abused? I'm sorry. Her dish was messy once. Her nails were overgrown. And yeah, all those other ailments, all of them, even her nails growing too fast. She's old and sick. She's near death.
Oh, that sounds like an admission. Because she did not say, oh, I did not know she was that sick. She knew about those things. She knew about all that stuff going on with BBJ and did nothing. I love it. I love the fact that Chantal tells on herself, but keep going, Chantal, please.
So actually the humane thing to do when she has chronic kidney disease, you heard her meowing in the background. She sounds like she's in pain. She had severe arthritis. I can get my vet records too.
Oh, so she knew about that. She knew about the arthritis. And Frenchie took BBJ to the vet. They gave her a shot and she felt much better. So she knew about that too.
And I will be getting those records for court.
No, you won't. No, ma'am, you will not. And I'll tell you why. Because you can't call a vet's office and say, give me so-and-so's medical records. Unless you're the pet owner, you have no right to them. That's private information. That's confidential. In what world do you live in that you think that you are someone you can just call up any vet anywhere and demand the pet records or medical records of a pet you don't own? What universe is this? I need to know the name of it. You can't demand something like that, Foodie.
Of the, we ordered something to drink. I ordered a dessert.
Yep.
Of when animal control. Just wait. No, she didn't. Kel's bells at all. Didn't say abused at all. There's no abuse on that paper.
The medical records for BBJ said saved from neglect. That did not come from FFG. That came from a certified veterinarian who treated her. And they don't know Chantal. You know, they're not part of Girl World. They just did their tests. They did the checkup and they made that determination based on what they saw.
At all. It says that she was rescued from a neglectful situation, which
Right. And when did that happen? When did that happen? It didn't happen in the 24 hours that Frenchie got BBJ. It happened with you. It can be traced back to you. Keep in mind that, Chantal, it can be traced back to you. Because everything that was wrong with her wasn't something that could happen in 24 hours. Everything that was wrong with her is something that takes a long time to build up and happen. It's your fault.
FFG, you know, when her 800 chins went into that vet and said herself, I just rescued this cat from an abusive situation and probably laid it on thick, the manipulation, like she does everyone else.
Yeah, how many times?
I'll find out. It'll be subpoenaed for court. Don't worry.
How many times?
That's slander. Are you trying to imply, Chantal, the vet is just going to listen to somebody and then put whatever down on the paperwork just because somebody said so? Slander. No. A vet is someone who's been trained medically. And they're going to do their tests and they're going to treat their patients. They're going to put down what they see and what they know on the paper.
She smoked in front of her 2 dogs. Rest in peace for her 2 dogs.
Yeah, what happened to them?
But the zombies, they're brainless, you know.
They're all
They follow
brainless.
her.
La, why are you in the room? Go to your room. You're bothering me. You're making me mad. Go play a video game or something, bro. Go play something. Do something.
Losers
Following
like
her,
her.
like, without brains.
She's stupid. She'll never win in
Oh my
court.
God,
She's
dude.
stupid. She'll go in there with her smoky cackle.
Oh, you like?
What is this?
Relax, baby, too.
Yeah, it's warm. Ugh. I need ice. So,
Look at that ungrateful beach. He brought her a drink and she's like, oh, it's warm. I need ice. He brought you food. And you're acting like that. And you think he's going to be sad about you leaving? He'll be so happy to see you gone.
what was I going to say? Many people offered to take BBJ. And because I didn't want to just give her to anybody,
Connected to the internet.
this person was persistent. Okay? Persistent. Every day. I have the messages on in my video. Every day messaging me. Oh, I really want to take her. I would never say anything online.
Oh, this is interesting. Talia says, before you take legal action, you should know sections 444 to 447 of the Criminal Code of Canada include both indictable and summary charges for animal cruelty and neglect. Well, Chantal's never been one that she's going to do thorough research on anything. You know, she'll do a quick Google search here and there on stuff that she's looking for, but she's not going to do thorough research.
She's going to have to prove that she has the cat. That's it. Someone's under court when you're under oath. Someone's going to prove where the cat is. So we'll find out. FFG says she took care of the dogs. Did you ever see her take care of the dogs?
Did you ever see her not take care of the dogs? No? Then shut up.
Did you see the vet reports of why she put down Maggie? Did you see it?
You know, you are so incredibly foul. Every time you bring up French Fried Girl and her dogs, you are so foul. This proves to me that you never loved your pets. Because anybody who's ever loved a pet, taking care of it, treated like their child, you pour all of your love into another living thing. You get attached to it, and if something happens to your pet where they get sick, they get injured, or they pass away, you grieve the loss. You know, you're heartbroken for a while or maybe forever. And the fact that she's so heartless that she's going to talk about somebody losing their pets in such a way proves to me that she never loved her pets in the first place. She didn't look at them as pets. She looked at them as possessions.
Did you see it? No. Do you see where the cat is now? No, you don't.
You know, Chantal, let's just say on a whim that Frenchie decided one day to show BBJ. And BBJ looks great. She's wearing her Gucci collar. She's in her catio. She's happy. You'd have something to say about that. Even if there was absolutely nothing wrong with BBJ, you'd still have something to say about that. And maybe that's why you keep being persistent, trying to poke at Frenchie to show BBJ, because you need content. You need something to talk about. You need something to bitch about. You're so desperate for content, something to rage about, something to make money off of, that you just poke at other people to give you content rather than make your own.
I need ice. So, dumbasses, all of them. Fuck.
This comment, Kardashian Sam says, we saw you actively neglect BBJ. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Day after day, month after month, we did.
Doesn't matter, my disgusting house, whatever. My house got messy because I was depressed.
You know what? Screw you about that too, Chantal. Depression is a real thing. It is debilitating. A lot of people suffer from depression. Some depression is more severe than others. My heart goes out to anyone that you get depressed. It's hard to get past, it's hard to deal with. But in Chantal's case, I feel that her depression was selective. Let me tell you why. Because where she says, I had a messy house and I neglected things because I was depressed. Notice that her depression back then was selective. I mean, she would be all mopey and sad and blah, blah, blah. But the moment that Natter called, she'd be up and out the door in her car, going to where he was, wherever that might have been. Miss, I'm so depressed. He would call. She would be up and doing a get ready with me, putting her makeup on, putting on her clothes, putting the lotion on her chest, up and out the door. Now, if you're really depressed, you can't do all that. So that's why I say her depression was selective. In my opinion, she would just say she was depressed to excuse the fact that she was just sloppy and lazy and disgusting and nasty with her house and herself. That way everybody would be like, oh yeah, she's depressed, I get it. No, she was just lazy and nasty. She wasn't really depressed. There's lots of people who get depressed and they're so depressed they can't go anywhere, they can't do anything, but yet when it suited her, she wasn't depressed anymore. So I don't believe that I'm depressed crap bullshit from you, Chantal.
So what? Those cats were fed. Those cats were taken care of. Doesn't mean that.
Rarely. You'd always manage to get yourself an abundance of food, but when you went to the pet store, you'd only get a few cans of pet food at a time versus getting enough where they had enough for a while. And those cat boxes never got changed. That's why they messed all over the carpet.
They were neglected.
They were neglected.
So, and that will be proven when the trolls sent animal control to my house. Those records will prove that there was no neglect or abuse. Because
animal neglect was not let in half the times they went there. Pete's wouldn't even answer the door. And all that animal control can do is walk in, make sure they have food and water, make sure the house is clean. They can't do any kind of checkup. They can't do a full exam like a vet can do. So you can't use that as a full defense, Chantal. And there was one occasion that animal control did go in and they said to Pete, you need to clean the house, bro. This is disgusting. I'm sure that's why he stopped answering the door.
Because if there was, they would take those cats away. They would take them away. Plain and simple.
Exactly, yeah. But
I explained the nails in the pads already. Sam's nails were fine the whole time I was in Kuwait. His nails were not overgrown. Why? Because he's not an elderly cat who doesn't groom himself anymore. And she wasn't matted. That's bullshit. She wasn't.
Yes, she was.
Matted when I had her.
Chantal, there are live streams where we could see the mats in the fur on both cats. And the fact that Sam had to be shaved down to the skin, you said, oh, it was for dander. Are you sure it wasn't mats? Are you sure? Are you absolutely certain? Because I had a long-haired cat. Very easy for a long-haired cat to get matted. That's why they have to be brushed. And be very careful when it comes to mats on a cat. Because a cat's skin is very, very thin. It's very delicate. And once it gets down to the skin like that, it can be, a house to infections. You never brushed your pets, ever.
Nope. At all. Even as Pete's, he brushed those cats every day that I was gone.
No, he didn't.
We video chatted every day to check on the cats.
No, you didn't. He even said that when you went to Kuwait, he never spoke to you. And I believe him over you.
Those cats were in my videos for 5 years, and I will pull up my videos to show how well they were taken care of and the attention they were given. All right? What I'm going to show also is her channel. Since what? How many years has she been talking shit about me, defaming me, abusing me online?
Let's just keep it real, y'all. Chantal's been on YouTube for, 5 years? And make no mistake, in the time that she's been on YouTube, she's made a lot of money. She's made an insane amount of money. I know that Amberlynn Reed, in her time on YouTube, she's made over $1 million. Now, I'm not sure how much Chantal has made, but it's quite a bit. And she could have taken her money and fixed herself and fixed her life and gotten rid of her debts or not had debts in the first place. She could be living very well right now had she not acted the way she acted and done what she did. But she's had her channel for 5 years. French Fry Girl, I believe her channel's been up for 2 years. So not even half the time that Chantal has been online. And she started out reacting to Chantal. And she makes 10 times the money that Foodie does. And that's what makes Foodie angry. That's the part that she can't just wrap her head around. That's the part that keeps her up at night, mad. Here I am, Foodie Beauty, hotter than 90% of everybody else on YouTube, 92K channel. And here's this reactor channel that sub-wise doesn't have the numbers that I do. And they're making 5 to 10 times the money. And every time they do a live stream, they get thousands of people watching them, where I can't even get 1,000 in the door anymore. And I'm barely getting super chats. That's her pride, y'all. That's her narcissistic ego and pride being bruised over the fact that she's not top dog anymore. She's lost her edge. She's not in her heyday like she used to be. She came on the train of doing the mukbangs. She rode that mukbang train. And then it all got screwed up when she brought in Natter and all the drama and all the filth. That's what messed up her content. Get messed up in all of that. And she hasn't been able to recover since. She made a lot of money during the Natter arc. But then after that, it was like nothing. Like, where's she going to go from there? She's exploited every shocking, horrible thing she can get her hands on. Where do you go after that? There's really nowhere to go. You've shown us everything. You've done everything you can to shock us. Now we've done the Kuwait arc. Boring. Eating regular beige fast food. Boring. Complaining about the same things over and over. Boring. You got to get some fresh new content, Chantal. You took a nice long vacation away from work. But at some point, you got to go back to work. You can't just rely on the past to make money in the present. So keep talking about FFG. Keep complaining about her. All you're doing is throwing more attention on her channel. People are going to get curious and they're going to go check her out and they might find her entertaining and they might join up. You're helping to make her channel bigger. You're helping with that amount of super chats. Or have you not realized that yet? That the person you say you hate and is your enemy, you're helping your enemy. You hate them and yet you're helping them. So if that's what you want to do, go ahead. Do it. But it's not going to help you. You're not going to make money off this crap. You've been trying. It ain't working. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Well, by that definition, she is insane.
Yeah, that's going to go well in court. Again, against you. There's so much. Oh, don't worry. And I have people helping me. Don't worry. I'm not taking your crap anymore. So anyway, I miss my family. And it'll be a really, really, really nice, it'll be a nice little trip for me. Hi, King Kong. No, the vet records will be in court. Don't worry. All of the cat's vet records will be pulled up. That's why I have to go there. I have so much to do. So, and I'm not telling people where I'm staying. I'm not stupid. I'm not staying with family. I'm going to be staying in a hotel, and I'm not going to tell you which city, and I'm not going to tell you which hotel.
Well, I'm not saying this hatefully. Considering the amount of money it's going to take for her to get back to Canada, and she's probably not going to be able to get away with buying just one seat. I'm sure it's going to be an expensive trip, a very expensive trip. So don't count on Chantal live streaming from a very expensive hotel. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think so. Probably something on the cheaper side. And no shade on the Motel 6. Absolutely no shade. Nothing wrong with the Motel 6. But wouldn't it just be irony? Absolute irony if she did end up at the Motel 6, considering all the crap that she's talked about FFG and the Motel 6. Wouldn't it just be funny and ironic if she ended up there?
Butterfly Girl? I don't think so. They live far. I won't be going. You guys always say she won't do this. I've done everything that you said not. Maybe not lose weight yet, but that will come. Don't worry. I'm actually signing up for that diet plan. They should get back to me tomorrow. Finally picked one. It's supposed to be like 3 meals and 2 snacks. Made out calories.
That works if you don't eat all 3 meals at once, which is what you've been doing for your mukbangs. Those 3 meals, you're supposed to eat them 1 meal apiece, not all at the same time. And it also helps if you don't have B moments after you eat that food, which is also what you've been doing. You eat the diet food and you're like, nope, I'm not done here, and eating more on top of that. And that's something that you freely confessed on your own.
But I'll get to that in another video. Because we had planned on traveling to a certain different place, but in between that, I'm going to have to go to Canada. So I'm going to have to. I have no choice. I can't do this from here, and I need to go to the court and file some things. So that's what I have to do.
You know what I hope? Considering the fact that I think she's overstayed her visa, countries don't look very favorably on people that overstay their visas. Usually, if you overstay your visa, they won't let you back in. So, yeah, go home to Canada. Go home, Chantal. You need to anyway. No matter which way you slice that pie, you need to go home. You're going to have the rage of the century when you figure out you can't get back to Kuwait to Salah. I'm sure he's going to be very relieved that you can't come back. But yeah, go home and see if you can go back after overstaying your visa.
You can tell who's Beezer's, hi A+, and who her stupid zombies are. They all come in here calling me names and making fun of my body when you're supporting someone who doesn't even have the fupa balls to show themselves at all on camera. And when they do at Shannon's, smoking weed, by the way, at Shannon's and then driving back to Montreal around pets, but you have nothing to say about that, right? Hi, Rena Roo. All hypocrites. I don't care what you say anymore. It's like hot air. Hi, little Teddy. The beep tea.
Question: if you don't care what people say about you, why do you pay so much attention to what we say? Why are you on Twitter? Why are you on the reaction channels? Why are you in the live chats? Why are you in the comment sections? See, your actions and your words don't match. Someone who doesn't care about something truly doesn't care. They pay no attention. But the more attention you pay to something, the more it says, I do care about this. So pick a lane, Chantal. You're all over the road.
Block anyone holding. I need to have babe, I need to get some moderators. I want to make some Beezers some moderators. Brainless zombies people. Hi, sweetie. Hi. I don't blow it in her face. Anyway, come say hi. Oh, pretty girl. Oh, pretty girl. Look at her little Persian nose. Hey, excuse me.
Yeah, look at the way she's holding that cat. I mean, guarantee the cat does not want to be up there. Just because of the way she's holding it. How many years you've owned cats and you can't hold that cat right? Moron.
Here. She loves bags. Oh yeah, sure, movie gal. She got her anger under control. Do you see what she says in her videos about me? Are you delusional? I'll be a moderator. Babe, can I make Tracy a moderator? And I think K-Bella, who else wants to?
So Chantal did this live stream, and she's basically saying to people, if you're loyal Beezers, and if you're paying money, I'll make you a mod. So that might prompt some people who want the mod wrench to sign up as a member. She's trying to urge people to spend money just for that name in blue. It just means that much to some people to have the mod wrench, to be in God mode. Like I said, the mod wrench, it's a privilege, but it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't that big of a deal. It's given to you for free, or it should be given to you for free. You shouldn't be paying for it. And being a mod is a responsibility. Sometimes it's easier to be a viewer than it is to be a mod, because as a mod, yeah, you're listening to the person that you're modding for, but you're also paying a lot of attention to the chat to make sure that there's no nonsense going on and nobody disrupting anything. It's an unpaid job, okay? But here she is trying to get people to pay for the privilege of something normally given for free. What a scammer.
Little Teddy. Material girl. Chantal, go into each FFG. She can't get away with stealing. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's illegal. Just because I rehomed my pets doesn't mean I don't care where they went to. I had her for 20 years. You think I don't care about her?
Okay, pay attention to what she just said. She said she rehomed her pets. Pets, plural. I rehomed my pets. That implies there was no thievery. That says right there, the pets weren't stolen. They were rehomed. They were willingly surrendered. Chantal telling on herself there.
Are you kidding? Gee, 15 months loyalty visa, ready, set, rebees. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to address still talking to Sharkfish or whatever you want to call him. I don't even think about him and Doodoo Brain anymore. Oh, she was carrying the bag in her mouth. Bring me. Look. Good girl.
I'm going to place a bet right here, right now, before she even goes home to Canada. Actually, I'm going to place a few bets. Not because I'm being hateful, just because based on her pattern of behavior. Bet number 1. She comes home to Canada. Girlfriend won't even make it out of that airport. She's going to get off the plane. She's going to walk by a Starbucks and a BK, and it's game over. She's going to stop and get some food. She's going to get her Starbucks fix. Oh, yes, it's going to happen. She'll be having a B moment right there in the airport. Like all of her temptations are going to be in her face the moment she gets off that plane. And Salah's not going to be around to watch her or see her. Are you kidding me? She's been like a caged animal in Kuwait for months. And she's going to have complete freedom. Y'all remember the last time she came home? What happened? She was having all kinds of junk food and doing the edibles that very night. And she said, oh, I just found some edibles that Pete didn't know about, and that's why it happened. Oh, no. She had those stocked away when she got home. Before she even gets out of that airport, it's over. And we're going to probably see some trips to the outhouse when she gets home. She's going to be high as a kite in some of her live streams. Oh, yeah, it's coming. And she's also going to be talking to Natter. Are you kidding me? His favorite cash cow is coming home and you don't think he's going to try? And Chantal needs attention from a man. And if Salah's not going to be giving it to her, she's going to get it from Natter. And Natter's going to say, hey, baby, I got the party favors. You want to get some? You know she's going to do it. Yep. She's going to lose her mind in Canada. The caged animal will be out of the cage. What do you think is going to happen?
Playing fetch. Go get it. It's really disgusting, actually, that people still want to implicate me with this loser. Okay? After I'm married, moved to another country, and after what you saw me go through with this loser.
You know what, Chantal? I did some tarot readings on you. You never stop talking to Natter. You all by yourself in that apartment. You need someone to talk to. You need someone to cry to. Talking to Natter. You never stop talking to him. And I'm sure he was sweet talking you. Oh, you're so unhappy there. Just come home, because he wants you back. Because you were the one giving him money and buying the party favors, and he needed that extra cash in hand. You never stop talking about him, and you never stop talking to him. You're married. You never stop talking about Natter. How disrespectful is it that you're with another man and still talking about somebody you were once with? That's a big no-no. You never stop talking about Natter. And we know that when you get back to Canada, you're going to be sneaking over to Natter's house, disappearing, going and talking to him and talking to Dee Dee. Now, I'm sure they'll be very happy to have you because they need that money. You'll be in contact with them again. Oh, yeah, it's going to happen. Because let's be honest, for all of the vitriol that you say you have about Natter, he was your one true love. He was your soulmate. Sure was. He was equally as evil and thoughtless as you. You both are a match made in hell, but you are a match. You definitely are. He was just as much of a degenerate as you have ever been. That's why you guys got along, not because he loves you. You're both kindred spirits in a very negative way.
So if you still try to associate me with an abuser, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Shut up. You're both abusive. You even said it yourself. You confess that you are verbally abusive, and in my opinion, there's a potential that you might have been physically abusive. You've got a temper. You said that too. I've got a problem with anger. So who knows what all happened? We just know your side, and we know that you lie. I don't think half the things you claimed that Natter did, he did. I mean, you said yourself you exaggerate things. You blow things out of proportion. I mean, this is YouTube. You want drama. You make money off of drama. I think you lied about a lot of things. A lot. So if he was a terrible person, you claimed he was, and yeah, he is terrible. He's a scumbag. Why were you going off and sneaking off to go see him? In motels. Alone. If somebody were doing the things that you claimed he did, how could you feel safe in a space alone with that man? You big liar.
London, very important bees. Mod me queen. Ready, sir, bees. Baby, are you allowed to? Can you mod people? You can mod a couple of beezers. Moon and stars. Huh?
No, he can't. A mod cannot mod other mods unless they have administrative privileges. Only the content creator whose channel it is can mod people. That's just the thing. That's the rule.
Hi. Oh, sorry, movie gal. I didn't realize. Yeah, anger management's working real well. My biggest abaya? What does my body size have to do with this matter? You think that affects me? Because I still look pretty.
No, you don't.
Anyway.
And I say that not to be hateful, but Chantal, you say that you're still pretty. Take all the filters off. Let's see what you really look like. Take them off. You get a million of them running. Take them off. Take off the skin smoothing filter. Take off the contour filter. Take off the big eye filter. Let's see what you really look like. If you're so incredibly pretty, you claim that you're hotter than 90% of us. Let's see the proof. I'll make you a promise. If you are stunningly pretty, as you claim to be, hotter than 90% of us, I will say she's right. Chantal is hotter than 90% of us. We should all be jealous of Chantal. I'll proclaim that loudly. So take the filters off and let's see. Let's really see. Let's see the natural you that you've been hiding. I bet you won't do it.
No, I'm not going to talk to a lawyer unless I really need to. Maybe I'll have a consultation if I need to. But I don't think so. No, how about we free BBJ? You don't even know where she is. So when people say she's in a better place, at least she's not being neglected. Oh, yeah, sure. How do you know? How do you know? How do you?
How do I know? Logic. I don't think anybody would take a cat repeatedly to the vet, repeatedly, over and over and over again, every couple of weeks for the last 3 months, would then turn around and neglect them. Somebody taking a cat to the vet and having multiple procedures and blood tests and an exam from tip to tail would then turn around and neglect that animal. It's just logic, Chantal. You got to follow the pattern of behavior. You never took your cats to the vet. You never did the grooming, ever. But someone who is taking a cat or a pet from a situation like yours, and then for 3 months and counting, every couple of weeks, the person takes the cat to the vet for whatever they can do. Promise you that cat's not getting neglected.
You know, I'd like to know. She's lying. She has the cat. And we're going to find out anyways, because the person I gave it to is going to have to be accountable. They're going to have to say if they have the cat or not. And if not, where's the cat? Because again, I rehomed her to somebody. That person doesn't have her. It was under false pretenses. Her brother, actually, I remember asking a cop about it. And they're like, well, did they actually come to your house and steal the cat? Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. The video is out there. You put it out yourself.
Yes, they did.
Nope.
And I didn't follow through with it, but they did. Her brother, and she was hiding in a snowbank, actually came to my.
She is so salty that she got outsmarted. She is still salty about that she thinks she's the smartest person in the room and she got outsmarted. And it was for a good cause. An animal got rescued from a neglectful home. Outsmarted for a good cause, but Chantal just cannot stomach the fact that she was outsmarted.
My house, not Amy Flowers, who I rehomed the cat to, her brother.
I made 4 moderators, okay?
Oh, who?
A plus, Dream, Golden Girl, and Tracy.
Oh, okay. Thank you, guys. Don't worry, we'll talk about making more. Other guys.
Yeah, this comment. Froggy says, remember yesterday when you said it was the last time you talk about FFG? She makes that promise a lot and she never keeps it. This is the last time, I swear. We're not going to talk about this anymore. Yeah, those famous last words. That the last time, guys, I mean it. Trust me, she's always going to talk about FFG. And she's always going to talk about her situation with Natter and what he supposedly did with her and everything with her past. She's always going to bring that stuff up because she's got nothing going on in her present to talk about. So she goes always back to things in her past.
Maybe I can make that a perk for my channel, like moderators. If you're a beezer for a long time.
Anybody that pays Chantal to be a mod, you're an idiot. You're a straight up desperate idiot. Because as I said, mod wrenches are free. So if she can give them for free, why are you paying for it? And what kind of privilege is that? You're going to sit in a chat with a blue wrench and do exactly what? She doesn't do live chats that much. And she just said it's not going to be VIB chat. She's going to have open chat. You're going to be dealing with trolls all day long. So how much fun is that going to be? You're looking for a power trip? Find it some other way. Yeah. Your job's not going to be easy. Trust me, it won't. I've dealt with chats like that in the past. Where it's just, people are wilding out and you can't relax. You cannot relax. And sometimes her chat's going on for hours. You're going to sit there for hours and hours and deal with all that. You're not going to have fun. It's much easier to be a viewer. It's much more relaxing to be a viewer sometimes than to be a mod. Any mod will tell you that. Big deal your name's in blue. So what? It's a different color. Big deal. Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. When you're a mod, it's not about you. It's about you helping the creator.
So, yes. No, it wasn't like that, Gucci girl. No, it didn't go down like that. Because they were like, did the person come and steal your cat? Yeah, they did. They literally did.
No, they didn't.
Like, they literally did. And this time, I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm not going to take it. They said it was more of a civil case. No, it's not.
Right. There we go again. So it's a civil case, not a criminal case. A criminal case would imply that a law's been broken, but no laws have been broken. Otherwise, it would be a criminal case, but it's a civil case. So you're lying to people saying she stole my cat. If she stole your cat, it would be criminal, wouldn't it? But if it's civil, that means no crime has been committed. There you go.
No, it's not. And I'm scared for the pet's well-being. So we're gonna have to find out where the pet is.
Oh, fuck
because
off.
I know my cat's crying.
Seriously, screw off with that. Oh, I'm so scared for my cats. I'm so scared for their welfare. Stop it. Just stop it. Slow your roll and roll it back. You're not scared for anything. You know the cats are in a good place. You know that Sam's in a good place. You know that BBJ's well taken care of. You just need something to talk about and bitch about. Be honest. You could care less about BBJ. We all knew what you wanted to do with BBJ. You want to take her to the vet and have her put down because you knew how neglectful you had been and how bad it was. And you wanted to get rid of the evidence before it came back and bit you in your big ass. That's what was going on. You were hiding the worst of your evils. Well, guess what? You talk about karma? You want to talk about karma? Maybe that was part of your karma. Maybe it was. The fact that you did the worst of the evils to another living thing, and karma was teaching you a lesson and saying, no, not today, Satan. You're not going to get away with this. You've gotten away with everything else. We've given you a free pass up till now, but not this, not today. Maybe that was karma intervening because you've done too much evil in the world. You've done too much wrong in the world, and it needed to teach you a lesson.
I have 19 years, okay? Like, I know her. That was her. It would have to be, she even lied about that. She put on her Twitter, I'm going home. Then she went live and the cat, so she was at home. She admitted it on Twitter. There's so much of her own, she's digging her own hole. Look at all your biggest fans that flock to your open chat for your attention. Mimi, just be careful. Hi, Cricket.
This, Monica Khan says, I've been a loyal subscriber for a long time, but watching you right now is making me want to unsubscribe right now. I'm a Canadian lawyer, and your legal reasoning is delusional. So a lawyer's telling you that, Chantal, a lawyer. You didn't have to pay that person, didn't have to pay a consultation fee, and they're saying, you're stupid. You got no case. Nothing.
Sam was rehomed. I'm gonna do open chats from now on. I think I'll keep obviously a lot of people do open chats and still have still have members. So if you want to support my,
she's taking a nod from the reaction channels. Maybe she's noticed that the reaction channels, we don't do that VIB shit. We have open chat. We let people say what they want to say without paying to say it. And we get a lot more people in our chats because of that. We give people the freedom to say what they want to say. We don't try to force people to pay before they say anything to us. So maybe she's noticed that about the reaction channels. That it's not about forcing people to pay and keeping everything behind paywalls. She hates open chat. Trust me, she hates it. But she needs the money. So she's trying to do what the reaction channels do and just keep an open chat. If people want to send a super chat, they can. If they want to do a membership, they can. But we give people that freedom to choose. In the past, you never gave people the freedom to choose. It was always like trying to force money out of people. She's such a big dummy.
My channel. You'll be supporting us doing traveling and stuff like that, and just supporting the channel and supporting me as a creator. If you like my content, you know, and you want to help out, and also, well, I'll be sure to upload emojis that you guys can use, and also
Lazy. Is that all that people have to look forward to is emojis? That's so lazy.
maybe I can do like a moderator thing, like you guys can be moderators. And
oh, what are you gonna do? You're gonna make every single person who becomes a VIB a moderator? You're gonna have tons of moderators in the room? It's gonna get crazy.
Of course, if anybody I don't know abuses it, they'll just be unmodded. I don't know. Come here. She's bored. She's always playful. There's not like a moment she's not playful. So, all right. Documented cat neglect? No, where? Her video saying that she brought the cat in, that she saved from neglect? That's not documented.
Paperwork. Frenchie provided the paperwork. She put it online for everybody to see. You can't argue with that, Chantal. You just can't.
Animal abuser? No, because I have documentation that I'm not an animal abuser.
Oh yeah, where is it? You've been saying you got vet records. Where are they? What, 5 or 6 years ago? Because we know you didn't take the cats to the vet for over 2 years. Where are these vet records? Show them.
From animal control, not just some.
Wait, what? Stop. Full stop. Animal control? They're not vets. They can't provide records. They can't do checkups. What do you mean? They can provide nothing. They just show up and look around. They don't do nothing there.
Some random vet, and that vet will have to answer in court as well. So don't worry. Hi, Daisy Saturn.
You're going to sue the vet's office? Good luck with that. Good luck.
Don't worry about it. It will all be sorted out. We'll find out where BBJ is. Now, as you see, the cat has many, many health problems, all of which are because she's old.
Wrong. Neglect.
I have vet records. Her teeth are bad. We've known her teeth are bad.
Stop right there. Y'all hear that? Did you hear it? That part. Her teeth are bad. We've known that her teeth are bad. Yeah, she knew over a year ago. That recorded phone call in the car when she was with Roman. Remember that? They played the recorded phone call from the vet saying she had oral issues. She did nothing. Over a year ago. So she knew about the oral issues. She didn't do shit. And the issue with the embedded claws in the foot pads, that's happened twice. Twice. Did nothing. Unacceptable for it to happen the first time. Even more unacceptable for it to happen twice. But she knew about those dental issues. She did nothing. And the situation with the pretty litter and BBJ going in the pretty litter and the litter turning blue, and she knew about it, she did nothing about that either. And her breath stinking because of her dental issues, she didn't do anything about that either. Nothing.
The vet told me it's probably not worth it at her age to put her through the stress of.
Wrong. A vet would never say that. A vet would never say, oh, it's not worth it. And the recorded phone call, the vet said, she's got oral issues, bring her in. The recorded phone call did not say, it's, she's got oral issues, but forget about it. That's not what the phone call said. I remember that live stream, Chantal. You can't change history, Chantal. You can't.
That. Just like it's not worth it putting her through the stress that FFG is putting her through right now.
Let me tell you something, Chantal. Even if all that FFG could provide for BBJ was one full day of health and happiness to BBJ, it's worth it. Even if she had to spend thousands of dollars on BBJ, and all that she could give BBJ was a day or a week of happiness and health, living a life where she wasn't in agonizing pain from tip to tail, it's worth it. She deserves it. BBJ deserves to know at least a day or a week or a month of living pain free, being relaxed, being happy. Maybe you don't think so because all you care about is yourself. All you care about is what makes you happy. But other people feel differently. Other people value their pets and they do whatever they can to make sure that they're happy and healthy as much as they can be. So even if you spend $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000 on BBJ, and BBJ just had one day, one full day of being happy and healthy, running around, playing with toys, sleeping in her catio, wearing her Gucci collar, in peace, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Considering everything she's been through, it's worth it. Just to know that moment of peace.
Using her as a pawn against me. Yeah, you're not going to get away with it.
And you know what? Had you taken care of your pets the way you should have, had you taken care of them, taken them to the groomers, gotten the medical care, if all this was you took care of your pets and then rehomed them, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be talking about this. We wouldn't be talking about animal neglect, would we? If all this was you had taken care of your pets properly, and then you decided to go to Kuwait to be with Salah, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You wouldn't have to address it. It would not be a topic on the table because there'd be nothing to talk about. Two healthy pets being rehomed, it's a normal thing. It happens. We're having this conversation because you neglected your pets. No reason to talk about neglected. There has been no neglect, right? We're talking about it because you're guilty of it, because you did it. And everybody knows about it. So you're to blame for this, Chantal. You.
Guys, any zombies, moron, just kick him outside if he show hates here.
Shut
Okay?
up, Salah.
Yeah.
Because we need to clean by this.
Hi,
moment,
Shar.
You know?
Yeah. K-Bella. K-Bella can have a wrench too. Why are you okay with taking puffers? I can't smell. I can't. Whatever. I'm not giving my cat away for a man, and it's not just a man. It's my husband. Like I'm not allowed to be in love with somebody. Like I'm doing what's best for them. So that's why I took the time.
No. If you wanted to do what was best for them, you would have taken care of them. You did what was best for you. You were in such a hurry to get back to Kuwait and be with Salah. You were so worried about him finding another woman or being with another woman that you want to hurry your big butt back over there. You know, the jealous, insecure woman in you just could not take the fact that he was by himself and he had far too much freedom. You want to get back to Kuwait and take his freedom away. Plus, you were running from the tax man. Let's just say it out loud. You were running from your problems. And you were hiding in Kuwait. You've been hiding this entire time. But guess what? You're going back to Canada, aren't you? Yeah. Good luck with that.
To make sure that this person, if you look at the conversation between me and this liar, she really, really manipulated me to take this cat so that FFG and her brother could steal it.
And you manipulated all the people online to be worried about the cats for well over a year. So be quiet.
Don't worry about that. You think that's legal? You think that's morally okay to do? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yes, she's fine for an elderly cat. Her health issues, what do you want me to do? go to the vet and drag her to the vet and prolong her life when she's suffering? What can they do for arthritis? Give her tablets so she's a zombie all day? Like, really? Even that, there's no proof, there's no point in curing that. She had also chronic kidney disease. There's no cure for that.
Chantal, you're 39 years old. You have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Your liver is 3 times the size of what it should be. You have diabetes. You have an enlarged heart. You have a myriad of health problems. But yet, you can say to yourself, I can go to a doctor and it's worth it to prolong my life, even though I'm tremendously sick. But you can't give the same courtesy to an animal. So Baby J has kidney issues, which have been treated, and they're much better. You have kidney issues, which you're not taking care of. So your cat has kidney issues, you have kidney issues. Yet you're saying to everybody now, she has kidney issues, she's not worth saving. Well, what about you? You've got kidney issues. Should society give up on you? Should society look at you the way you look at your pets? Think about that for a minute.
Like, of course, she's going to have urinary tract infections. That's a byproduct of chronic kidney disease. And I can prove that with a vet as well. Plenty of other cats she could have rehomed in the past, so why didn't she? She only wanted BBJ for fame. That's it, as she don't like cats. That, yeah, she's a weirdo. She's totally a stalker. So, yeah. Julia, she makes
Oh, there we go. Daniel says, I have arthritis and diabetes. I guess I should end it. No, you shouldn't. I know you said that sarcastically, but that's her attitude. If something is sick and old, get rid of it. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with her way of thinking.
weird noises. So yeah, their health was taken care of.
No, they wasn't.
And I was taking her to the vet when
No, you weren't.
I came back. So
No, you weren't.
what does my health have to do with this? That's not even the subject. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. She is invested because that's her content. That's her content. She has nothing else. Nothing.
Y'all see this? Beans McGee says 773 viewers for Chantal versus French Fry Girl, who was live at the same time with 4,200. So here's Chantal raging, and normally that gets a lot of people in her live, but she can't even break 1,000. Pathetic.
I don't care how many viewers she has. Do you think I give a shit? She has
Yep, you sure do. It bothers you. Boy, does it bother you.
nothing else but those viewers. She has nothing else but my hateful leftover audience. Good for her. Big deal. She's nothing.
You know what, though? You would love to have those leftover audience members back. Tell the truth. Even if that's true, if they are your leftover audience members, you'd love to have them back. You would love to have those people super chatting you and buying memberships and falling for your lies. You want those people back badly. Badly. That's why you were trying to earlier say, hey, if you pay me, I'll make you a mod. Desperation at its finest. Completely desperate. What can I do to get that money in pocket? Hey, why don't you try this? How about some quality content? Worth watching? No? Never going to do it? Well, then you'll just suffer the consequences. Just going to have to deal with that. Just look at the big picture, Chantal. Look at it. 773 people were watching you this day. 4,200 for FFG. What does that tell you? Maybe it should tell you her content is more interesting than yours. Maybe that's what it should tell you. That people are more interested in what she has to say than you do. Maybe it says, hey, Chantal's too boring. Don't want to watch her. I'd rather watch FFG. She's more interesting. She'll keep me, there's more engagement there. Same old stuff on Chantal's side. Why go there? Look at the overall picture. Look at the numbers. I know you pay attention to analytics. Pay attention to those. Your content is stale. It's so stale. Fix it.
Nothing without me. She has nothing. Nothing. No one cares. Exactly, Dream. No one cares about her talking about some guy under the bridge. No one cares about the, what does she call them? The Dudderty dozen? She doesn't even say.
Another confession. Even though it didn't sound like it, that's a confession. She just confessed to, she does watch FFG. I don't pay attention to her. I hate her, blah, blah, blah. But by her saying that, she just confessed to, she watches FFG. Not just the reactions that Frenchie has about her, she watches all of her other content. So who's stalking who here? Who's creeping around whose rose bushes? Constantly watching her channel.
Say their name right. Like she's such an idiot. I'm done with her shit, and I'm just going to be coming to Canada and taking care of it. And I will be keeping my location secret.
You won't be able to help yourself. You'll give it away instantly. The moment you go live, the Kiwi farmers will know exactly where you are. You've never been careful about hiding the building or monuments or anything. They'll triangulate everything within a matter of an hour.
An imaginary Brad Pitt, yeah, lumberjack. Okay.
Anything else, Chantal? Are you done yet?
Oh, I will.
Are we done?
You didn't say I would go to Cuba. You didn't say that I would ever leave Swordfish. You said that I would never come to.
You never left Natter. It was revealed that the two of you were texting each other while you were in Cuba and planning the drama while you were in Cuba. The text messages said you were saying to him, oh, I'm going to pretend to be all into a waiter and I'm going to rage about you. And he said, go ahead, do it. So even in Cuba, the two of you were talking. You weren't done with him.
To Kuwait, never get married, that I would be left at the airport. All bullshit, and you're all mad. That's your problem. That's a you problem, not mine. Hello, Polo. First class Falcon. Anyway, so hi, J-Dot. Yeah, I had a meltdown when I went to Cuba, which people like to rub in my face. Obviously, if you were in an abusive...
Correction, several meltdowns. It was several. It was nonstop. It wasn't just one time. No, you just kept going the entire time you were there.
Relationship, you would too. Yeah, if you found out the person you were giving money to and like supporting and doing everything for was cheating on you the whole time.
Can't cheat on somebody that was never committed to you. I'm just going to point that out.
Yeah, and a piece of shit, an abusive piece of crap, you would have a breakdown too. I'm sure you would. Combine liquor with that, yeah, you would have a breakdown too. Ethan, who knows? Maybe you are 500 pounds and on death's door. You don't have the balls to show yourself, so shut up. All right, so go away, zombie. Hey, Beezy boy. You were abused, used, drunk, and severely depressed. People just can't let it go. Yeah, I'm sure if we dug in their past, it'd be a lot worse. I don't care. That was a hard arc to watch. It was a hard arc to live through. Yeah, it was. She has no life. All she has is her viewers. Like, that's all. That's it. She has to be a hateful piece of crap every day, make up lies, deflect, manipulate, steal cats, go to fashion shows that aren't hers because she's too damn ugly. Anything. She has no life. She piggybacks off of my leftovers in my life. That's all she has. That's it. She can't even.
How sad. You're calling your content leftovers. You're calling your own content leftovers. Well, that just makes it even sadder, doesn't it? You have your channel, you have your content, and isn't it funny? You're calling what she's doing is piggybacking off your leftovers. And yet she makes more than you do. And she has more viewers. So turning lemons into lemonade, I guess, and very profitable lemonade. Nobody wants your lemonade, Chantal. It's gross.
Even she's doing she just has to. Her content is hate and spite. That's it.
And what's your content? Exactly what is your content? What is it? All your content has ever been, for the longest, is you exploiting your problem with food, which is something that nobody should ever do on YouTube. You get a problem, you get an issue and disorder with food, you shouldn't be monetizing it. Full stop. You should not monetize an addiction or a disorder. Worst idea ever. You're hurting yourself for what? For money. I mean, look at Chantal. Here's your example of why you shouldn't do that. Because even though you think you're smart, taking something that's wrong with you and turning it into a profitable thing, in the end, there's a very expensive price tag. You're paying with your health. You may have a fistful of cash, but you have less health as a result. And less health means less happiness, less joy, less ability to go out and do things. If you look at the very beginnings of her channel, she was going out and doing more. Not so much now. So I don't know what she's making on YouTube these days. Not my business. But is it worth it to get a paycheck from YouTube at the same time you're stuck indoors and you can't do anything? And you're miserable and unhappy and angry all the time, and all you could talk about is things from your past? I don't think so. I'd rather have my health. I would rather have the ability to walk outside my front door and go places and do things and be around people without embarrassment. I'm sorry, I would not trade a life of what I have right now for a life where I'm constantly hiding and disguising myself behind filters and clothing and whatnot because I'm ashamed to be around people. Always having to worry about people seeing me. She could have had a whole different life if she wanted to. She didn't want it. She wanted to just sit and do nothing. Well, there's a price to pay for that. There's a price to pay when you trade your health for something that really doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah. She has a job. How do you know? How do you know anything? She doesn't show any of herself. She's too much of a coward. She's too much of a coward.
Chantal, you got nothing to say about people having a job because you don't even have a job. Being on YouTube and doing videos does not qualify as a working job. You have found the laziest way possible to make money. Just turn on a camera, run your mouth about past issues. This isn't work for you. There's no editing here. There's no creativity. It's just you doing the bare basic minimum to make a paycheck, to provide for you, and to give money to Salah so he'll be nice to you.
Too much of a coward. Oh, Charlotte, don't worry. I won't be in this country soon. I'm going to Canada. Don't worry about it.
Yay! Let's all celebrate. The Kuwait arc is just about over. Oh my God, I am so happy that this boring arc is over. Can we all celebrate now? Where's the champagne? Can we celebrate? I am so tired of this. I'm so tired of her cosplaying something that she isn't, putting on this fake personality, doing nothing, talking about nothing, going nowhere. Let's go back to Canada. Please, we need some fresh content. Do it. Do it. You need some fresh content. Change of scenery will do you good. It'll do us good too. Let's do this.
About it.
You're on the plane tonight, Chantal. Go home.
I'm going to Canada to deal with this legally once and for all. Trust.
And I hope they don't let you back in Kuwait. Oh, the delicious rage that would come from that. Oh, I can't get back to Salah. What am I going to do? My husband, I can't get back to my husband. Meanwhile, back in Kuwait, Salah's going to be partying. Oh, yeah. He's going to be partying.
Trust and believe. So, yeah. What do you mean I don't talk about something else? I have what? 2 videos about the situation?
You know what I'm noticing? You notice what she hasn't said? Salah's coming with me. It's all about her going home to Canada. But she's not saying we are going to Canada. He's not going with her. She's traveling alone.
Okay, bump it up, maybe 4 or 5. How many does she have about me? Go to her channel. Well, you are there probably now.
Oh, y'all seeing this? Look over here. Can we wheelchair in Canada again? See, there are people that are in her chat that they encourage her to, do the party favors. Here's one right here. You don't think we're going to see more of that in Canada? Trust me. People are going to be tempting her, talking about it. She's going to be thinking about it, and she's going to give in because she doesn't have any sense of self-control. She's going to give in to temptation, left and right.
Her entire channel is about me. So really, who's the obsessed one? Who's the obsessed one? I talk about many different topics. I just did a mukbang talking about a different topic today. So yeah, I don't only talk about this. So next. My back getting better? Sometimes it hurts. I don't know.
You just don't want to go to the gym and you're using that as an excuse. There's nothing wrong with your back.
Yeah, moon and stars. So how you been? Whatever, Bullseye. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I know, Dream. Who's taking care of Kuwait Cat? Her dad. Her cat dad. Hi, Coffee First. A steroid bees. He does me a lot. Hey, Charles. There's no debating. I want nothing to do with this person, ever. I'm going to do legally what's in my right. And hey, if nothing can be done about
it. I'm looking to see if she talks about anything else. I mean, we've already discussed this whole FFG thing like for the last 36 minutes. Is there anything else here? Let me just go look.
Oh, well, at least I tried.
Blah, blah, blah.
If people were messing with your life, it's easy for you to sit there and judge me as a viewer whose life is not affected by this.
How is anybody affecting her life? Reacting to her videos is not affecting her life. She affects her life more than we affect her life. By not taking care of her health, she is affecting her life. We're just giving our opinions and feelings, and if she doesn't like it, she doesn't have to watch. So again, she's into exaggerating things and blowing things out of proportion.
Hi, Blacks. I guess I'm not ready. If I were to do something like that, I don't know what I was thinking. God. Hi, Blaxillion. Thanks for showing love. I appreciate it. Your comments always make more sense. Like, I swear the zombies have none. You can sue her for defamation of character since she's accusing of being an animal abuser. Yeah, she's definitely ruined my reputation by that.
What reputation? Are you serious? Did she just say that? Did Chantal literally just say she ruined my reputation? What reputation? Ma'am, have you experienced a bout of amnesia? Like, do you not remember the last year or 2 years you've been on YouTube? Do you not remember all the times that you would come on camera barely dressed and showing off your naughty bits and being on camera zonked out of your mind on edibles to the point where you couldn't even talk? And what about that drunk live stream where you were acting inappropriately and trying to kiss up on Pete and you nearly threw up in front of your camera? So what reputation? What reputation are you talking about? You have worked overtime to be the most vile, disgusting, offensive, shocking person on YouTube. So, what reputation? You're not famous. You are infamous. There's a difference. Famous, just for your information, famous is when you are something or you do something that other people admire and look up to. Infamous is just the opposite. You are infamous. You've always been infamous. Nobody looks up to you. Nobody envies your life, and no one is jealous of you. There's nothing to be jealous of. You can't even say, I have my full health. Be jealous of that because you don't even have that going on for you. You are nobody's idol. Nobody worships you. Nobody looks up to you and says, I want to live like her. I want to be her. If anything, they look at you and say, I don't want to live like that. I don't want to be that miserable. I don't want to be that bitter and salty. I don't want to be that pathetic. No one's jealous of Chantal.
Definitely. I'm sorry, but also people are too effing sensitive. Like they don't even care about at all about like what people are going through. Like, oh well, their dish was messy and her like I explained the nails overgrown a million times. These people
We're still going over this crap again next.
them for court. Don't worry. Oh, I've always shown proof of everything. I've shown so much more proof than her. Like literally. Are you kidding?
You know, this almost 2 hour live stream could have been shortened down to 30 minutes, 40 minutes? Because she's just literally repeating herself. See what I mean? Just talking about stuff from the past. And she's probably keeping an eye on the clock to see how long the live stream is to determine how much AdSense money she gets.
Like these clowns probably smoke meth around. Yeah, they probably do a lot worse. Exactly. And she's not even around me right now. And there's 3 vents. It's very cold in here. There's no leftover smoke. So whatever. Who cares if you screenshotted me smoking a vape? And what is that going to be? Animal abuse proof? Please. You're going to have to prove a lot more, honey. Get ready. Get ready. I can't wait.
You know what, Chantal? You're all talk. That's the thing about you. You're all talk behind your camera. But once you get in front of somebody, you're a whole different person. You saw FFG at the fashion show, and where was all this bravado then? You're like a giggling little girl. Want to go get some poutine? You could have said anything you wanted to FFG. You could have bucked right up, but you did not do that. That proves how much of a coward you are. For all the hate you think you have of FFG, all the hate you say you have, you had your moment to say whatever you wanted. You didn't say a word, you coward.
Can't wait. I love how she thinks she's won.
BBJ won. BBJ has all the things you don't have. And boy, does that make you salty.
Honestly, give me a break. Give me a break. Yeah, she was going to town on Stu, exactly. Yeah, Red Room, we are. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here.
And we could say the same thing about you coming to our channels. You don't like it? Don't look. Don't listen. Don't watch.
Mary Beth, what do you care about how I if I read the Quran or not? What is that your business? Do you have a right to tell me how to worship God? Do you read the Quran? Then shut up. She was eating treats and chicken stew, which I regularly streamed going to get.
You know what? We're just going to stop it here. Let's just get a few comments and just finish this out. Because she's talking in circles right now. I'm making my head hurt. Catherine says it does cost to file papers and serve papers. Yep. And that's time consuming. Oh, look at all these comments. You know she was editing the comments. It looks like you were just taking out some comments, weren't you, Chantal? All of these comments that favor Chantal, there's nothing here against her. She took out all the comments. Look at that. Look at that. That's why she kept the comments on. She wanted the engagement because engagement helps your channel. You didn't want to turn the comments off because you're desperate for that engagement. You don't want to sink down into the search. I see you, Chantal. All right, guys, that's it for this react. Yes, it was a bit of a longer one today, but had a lot to say. So I think we're done here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.